You don't often see that 6 over of a T20 match. Brilliant over from Southee, brilliant spell so far. Must be very tempting to bowl his fourth.
Yeah, Tim Southee 3 for 16 from 3 overs. Pakistan 33 for 3, and Hafeez is on 3. It's all the threes here at Seddon Park. Shadab yet to get off the mark.
This window here is pretty tough. Tried to throw myself out of it, just bounced straight back.
Very excitable. But why not? Because this has been a really good spell from Tim Southee. 6 overs gone now in New Zealand. And it looks like it's going to be Kyle Jamieson to continue from the far end, the southern end, the city end, the town end of Hamilton, which has turned it on tonight. Beautiful. Kyle Jamieson, the big, tall, lean Aucklander, coming steaming in from the city end to Mohammad. Hafeez just jammed him up, a good forward defensive stroke, just prodded away into the offside, no run.
Yeah, that's a great length for Jamieson. Just back of a length, as Neil Wagner says, hitting the stickers hard. That's right in his area. Difficult for a batsman, that right in between. You're not sure whether you want to get forward or back. End up just pushing forward and hitting high on the bat. If he can keep it there for just 3 or 4 balls, I'm sure he's going to create an opportunity.
Kyle Jamieson begins his run up right on the edge of the ring, and he's in again, and he's got a bit of width, and that's just cut through beautifully, just backward a point, and races away to the boundary for 4. Lovely shot from Hafeez.
Yeah, very good from Hafeez. Again, shows an experience, getting used to this pace. Anytime he gets width, he's happy to go after it. Jamieson there just missing on width and length, too full and too wide. Hafeez isn't going to miss out.
So Hafeez has gone through to 7. Shadab is yet to score at the non-strikers end. Pakistan 37 for 3. This is the 7th over. Kyle Jamieson second. He's none for 8 from 1.2. Jamieson once more to Hafeez, who's just sent him to the boundary for 4, and this time he's just lofted it away into the onside. 1 bounce, 2 bounces, 4 runs.
Yeah, wonderful batsmanship from Hafeez. We saw the previous delivery fallen wide, and Jamieson just overcorrecting, getting a little bit too straight. Length was better, but allowed Hafeez just to pick it up. It was just a flick to the leg side, and the timing was such. It was 1 bounce before, comfortably in front of square. It's an area he loves. Can't get too straight.
It was almost like the pitching wedge. Up and over. So 2 boundaries from 2 balls. Hafeez has gone to 11. Pakistan is 41 for 3, and it's Jamieson. And again to Hafeez. What's he got this time? It'll be just guided through in front of point into the offside for a single. Another comfortable single, and that brings Shadab back on strike.
Yeah, good batting. Couple of boundaries and then a quick single. Very important to change the strike.
Just a
good batting from Hafeez.
Too far. Just go back
it's important a little bit more from Pakistan's point of view that this partnership not just consolidates but keeps the scoreboard ticking over.
And Jamieson now in conversation with his captain Kane Williamson. Now, what they look at now, there's 1 slip in, that's Neesham, and he is in Jamieson. Oh, he's almost chopped that on, and it's bounced up over the keeper Tim Seifert, and it's going to go fine for 4, but boy, he's got lucky. Just hit so hard into the deck, bounced high and over, and then Shadab off the mark with 4. Pakistan 46 for 3.
Jamieson again getting his length right, just outside off. Shadab Khan trying to work it through backward point. Just got an inside edge just past off stump. And what's even worse from New Zealand's point of view is it just tickled and bit about 4 players to the boundary.
Yeah, there was a cavalry of them chasing. It went over so high, and then plenty of speed. This outfield is pristine. Jamieson once more, this time driving forward, punching forward. There'll be no run into the cover fielder, and then it's the end of the over for Kyle Jamieson. Pakistan 46 for 3 now. Shadab is 4 and Hafeez is 12. Kyle Jamieson none for 17 from his 2 overs, and we'll see now. It looks like they're having a conversation. Do you continue to bowl Tim Southee? And he's wandered over that way. Maybe that is going to be the continuation. Southee perhaps for his fourth. Or has Scott Kuggeleijn making a way forward as well?
Yeah, I think he had a chat to Tim Southee and said, look, I'm happy if you want to keep going, but I think Tim said, look, I'd love to keep one just up my sleeve, just in case I need to come back for a wicket. And I think Kuggeleijn, he's going to enjoy bowling on this surface as well. Gets it through and loves that bounce. I'm sure we're going to see some great carry through to Tim Seifert.
Scott Kuggeleijn, another local player. There's plenty of them, plenty of Northern Districts nights, ND nights in this team, and so Scott Kuggeleijn is going to come on, opting not to bowl Tim Southee out early on, and he's in good form. Southee 3 for 16 from 3, but Kuggeleijn comes on now instead. So Hafeez is on strike, he's on 12. Shadab is at the non-strikers end on 4, 46 for 3. Scott Kuggeleijn from the northern end of Seddon Park. Trot on the spot before he winds up into his action, bustles forward, it's full and it's dug out well. Imad and Guptill at gully just fielding that, no run.
Yeah, good start, full and straight, almost a Yorker length and right on the money. Hafeez did well though. He's been in for long enough now just to see it out comfortably. A good start from Kuggeleijn, nearing 140 k's first up.
It's been an entertaining start to this match. The second T20 international on Magic Talk and Rover. Ricky Swanell and Chris Harris alongside you. Pakistan winning the toss and batting first, 46 for 3. They are. Kuggeleijn into and slashed away, and that's gone quickly just in front of, well, just behind point rather, and that's the Pakistan 50 racing away again.
Hafeez, very good square of the wicket. Again, got some width from Kuggeleijn. Didn't really try and overhit it, just timed it. It's the advantage of the pace of Kuggeleijn. You just got to get the full face on it and it's going to race away. Again, Conway out at cover point. Had to move about 10 metres. Covered about 3 and it hit the boundary. Wonderful timing.
Hafeez has gone through to 16. Pakistan is 54-3. Once it gets out there, there's not much stopping it. It's lightning quick and the timing is excellent so far from Hafeez, following on from Mohammad. Rizwan again. Kuggeleijn in once more to Hafeez. This time it's played down to third man and it's got there quick enough again. Third man, no chance of cutting that one off. Beat the slip fielder Jimmy Neesham. And it's another boundary. Hafeez has raced through to 20. Pakistan 54 for 3.
Yeah, you have to feel for Kuggeleijn a little bit. Made the adjustment, got the length right and the line. He's just gone wide of Neesham at sort of a wide second slip. Fortunately, it was fine of the third man on the boundary, and he had no chance either. Again, it just shows with that extra pace, you don't have to be far wide of the guys on the boundary. It just races away.
Midway through, 7.3 overs gone. 54 for 3. Kuggeleijn 8 so far from his 3 deliveries, trying to unlock Mohammad Hafeez, who's come out and made a great play, and that squirted between the keeper and the slip fielder. Seifert will chase after it. Someone's lost his bat, he's hit his wicket on the run through. There'll only be a single. It was almost a calamity in a number of ways. Seifert and Neesham both diving, about hit each other. In the end it'll be just one run. 55 for 3.
Oh, that's the second time I've seen Hafeez throw his bat. I'm not sure what's happening. He's obviously got it quite loose in his hands. He runs to the other end, thinking there may be two, as it just, Neesham gets a left hand on it. It's just so loose in his hand, he just throws it away. I've had enough of that. And it hits the stumps at the non-striker's end. And in the end, they get a single.
It's a lot of action for one run. 55 for 3. Kuggeleijn. And once more, it's brought Shadab back on strike. He is on 4, and he's missed outside. Had a little flail at it. It's gone through to the keeper, Seifert. And one to come.
Oh, great pace. I think the word from the middle is that Hafeez just wanted to see if the zinger barrels were working at the non-strikers end. And they are, because they both lit up. That was good from Kuggeleijn, though. It's well into the 140s now. Back of a length. Looks like he's holding it across the seam. Just for that variation of bounce. When he gets into that area, he's very difficult.
Final ball of the over for Kuggeleijn. And it is Shadab, the Pakistan captain, on strike. And this time he's swung and a miss through to Seifert against a really good end to the over from Scott Kuggeleijn. 9 from it. Pakistan 55 for 3. Shadab is 4. Hafeez is 21. We'll take a short break here on Magic Talk and Rover, and when we return it'll be Simon Dool with Chris Harris.
Magic Talk and Rover's commentary team choose to stay at the Novotel Tainui Hamilton. Book online at accor.com/New Zealand. Official hotel supplier for New Zealand cricket. The Black Caps versus Pakistan. Live from Seddon Park in the second T20. Only on Magic Talk and Rover. Your new home for live cricket.
Yes, Magic Talk here at Seddon Park in Hamilton. Live on the Rover app. Wherever you are as well, Chris Harris is alongside me. Simon Dool with you the next 4 overs. As Ricky Swanell takes a break and has a cup of tea. She forgot to put the jug on though. Don't have a cold one, Ricky. Tea bag doesn't do a lot of work in cold water. Very, very difficult for those at home who are about to have one as well. Remember, push the button down. Incredible evening so far here at Seddon Park. The crowd are loving the music. The DJ's on fire. We've got great amount of people in the hospitality. That's all full up. The ANZ tent is full. You go around that boundary to the Seddon Cricket Club. It is absolutely stunning. 55 for 3. Neesham, the new bowler. That's eased into the offside by Mohammad Hafeez, just behind point. It'll only be 1. Pakistan move through to 56 for 3, and Mohammad Hafeez, 22, not out at the moment.
It'll be interesting to see how they play James Neesham. If they'll be one of the bowlers they look to target. I think if you look through this New Zealand bowling lineup, he's probably one of the guys that you'd say we've probably got to take some risks against. And I think Hafeez has got himself now in. We know Shadab Khan's in pretty good nick, so I think he could be one they look to target.
There he is again, James Neesham, and he bowls, and that is high in the air, and it should be out actually. Who wants it? Tim Southee wants it. He's in it short mid-wicket. It was very, very comfortable in the end. Just looped up, no timing whatsoever, looking for that pull shot on the leg side, and Neesham has struck just second ball of his spell.
Well, if they're going to target him, they want to look at it a little bit further than that. We've seen a lot of dismissals from the Pakistan batsmen where they're looking to go across the line on the pull shot and hit high up on the bat. And there's another example. Comfortable catch for the man you can't keep out of the game at the moment, Tim Southee. And a big breakthrough for New Zealand. Shadab Khan, the Pakistan skipper, on his way back for 4. And Pakistan now 56 for 4.
Yeah, wasn't there, just was not there to be hit. He had no time, he hadn't had a look at James Neesham at all, and after a very good innings at Eden Park the other night from the skipper, finds himself back in the pavilion in the 9th over, very early on, as Khushdil Shah walks out to the crease. He's a left-handed batsman, there's Khushdil, and he's joined Mohammad Hafeez. Hafeez is 22, Pakistan 56 for 4.
We've seen them lose a lot of the wickets to that back of a length delivery, whether they're going across the bat. Any time that New Zealand have looked to hit the wicket hard, round off stump, just outside, it's caused some problems. Vitally important from Pakistan's point of view. They form a partnership very, very quickly.
Left-handed Khushdil on strike. We've brought a slip in place as well. So Tim Southee, after taking that catch at mid-wicket, has come in to slip for the left-hander. Neesham moves in and bowls to the left-handed Khushdil. It's leg side, slightly aerial, back towards Trent Boult at mid-on. No runs, so good start for Neesham. 3 balls he's bowled. He's got 1 for 1.
And that's the big thing as a bowler. If you think you are going to be one of the ones that are going to be targeted, the best way to stop that is to get a wicket. It allows you to bowl to a new batsman. Jimmy Neesham did that brilliantly with a wicket second ball. Big one of Khan. And that allows him now just to get through this over without too much damage.
Here's Neesham again to Khushdil. Left-hander just drives that one into the offside, and he'll be off the mark, just in front of point. He picks up a comfortable single. Neesham, good start to his spell. Pakistan move through to 57 for 4.
Well, you're the local man, Simon. How many people do you think you're in? Must be 7,000?
Oh, good 7, yeah, I think 7,500. The walk-up has been fantastic. Just explaining to those of you at home that corporate areas right around to the Seddon Cricket Club, the pink and grape tent. They're all full. Neesham bowls again, just short of a length, and Hafeez eases that down to third man. That'll be just a single. Pakistan through to 58 for 4 now, and Hafeez will go to 23. And then from the time the beer tent, basically, it's actually a beer changing rooms and beer shed, starts, the embankments all the way around the ground here at Seddon Park are absolutely chocker. The only thing slightly, I'd say, three-quarters full, Chris Harris, would be the what we call the eastern terraces here.
Yeah, it's not the beer tent because that's chocker.
Yeah, they're lining up for those. It'll be busy all night, I would imagine, as Neesham moves in again and bowls, and Khushdil plays and misses. It's through to Tim Seifert. What a good start for James Neesham. He's bowled 1 over, 1 for 3. 9 overs have been bowled, and Pakistan are 58 for 4.
Well, if they were going to target James Neesham, they didn't do it very well. It's a great start from him. 1 for 3. Just really looking forward to seeing Sodhi. We've seen that this wicket certainly offers some good pace, carry for the quicker bowlers, a little bit of swim from Tim Southee. I'm sure they'll continue with Kuggeleijn as they're going to, but really looking forward to seeing Sodhi come into the attack and just to see if there's a little bit of bounce and spin for him.
Yeah, will he be used? If there's no trouble for Neesham and Kuggeleijn, you might not even see Sodhi. It's an option that New Zealand have with 6 genuine bowlers in their side tonight. It'll be Kuggeleijn to continue from our commentary box end, the northern end of Seddon Park. That little ballet type start he has to his run up. He bowls and it's full and driven through the gap. Williamson couldn't get across and Southee didn't hardly move. It has gone very quickly to the boundary at a wide-ish mid-off position. That is a beautiful shot from Mohammad Hafeez. He is such a quality player. Moves through to 28. Pakistan 62 for 4.
Yeah, it's not a bad ball from Kuggeleijn. It's just that extra pace. You can just see Hafeez hasn't even tried to hit it. He's just punched it. Because of the pace that's coming down to him, he just timed it. I feel a bit sorry for Kuggeleijn. He's bowled 7 balls and gone for 13. I reckon he's only bowled 1 half decent bad ball and everything else has been on the money, really.
Yeah, just some good quality cricket. He bowls again at short of a length, dab down to third man. So Hafeez follows a boundary with a single. Good quality cricket from the vastly experienced Pakistan middle order player, Mohammad Hafeez. 63 for 4 now, Pakistan. And a lovely message too from a gentleman by the name of Neil Joinson in Bermuda. Neil Joinson listening in to our commentary in Bermuda.
Have you been there? I love that place.
Oh, how good was that? Did you come on that trip with us?
Oh, I was there. Thanks for remembering.
Yeah, well, didn't remember a lot of the trip, to be honest. we went there to play cricket, but other things got in the way. Here's Kuggeleijn again, and that's short and off the outside edge, away to point. No run. Khushdil just in a little bit of trouble there. It was a great trip.
I think we went to the West Indies as well, but I can only remember the Bermuda part of it. Yeah,
wonderful. A little bit of a cricket there, and people who watch cricket all over the world will never ever forget the name Dwayne Leverock from Bermuda. The big man took the flying catch right-handed at about first or second slip. I think it was against England or something similar, I'm not sure, in a World Cup match. Dwayne Leverock was his name, from Bermuda. Here is Kuggeleijn again bowling, and Khushdil this time just eases that one into the offside. No run again. 63 for 4 it remains.
I remember it well, actually. I didn't know that big men could fly, but he flew. And what was even more impressive, after he caught it and realised that it stuck, how quick he ran after that. It was like, I'm sure it was a world record for the 100 metres. He was celebrating like I've never seen.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to more of that, I'm sure. Wonder how Bermuda cricket is getting on. I'm sure Neil might let me know, actually, at some stage.
You and I are happy to go there and do a bit of commentary, aren't we?
More than happy, more than happy. Kuggeleijn in again. He bowls to Khushdil Shah and just turns that one into the onside this time around about square leg. Comes in off the boundary. That's Devon Conway out on the boundary there at square leg. So just the one run to Khushdil Shah. He's to 2. Hafeez is 28. Pakistan opting to bat first here at Seddon Park in the second T20. 64 for 4. Simon Doyle and Chris Harris with you live on Magic Talk.
Yeah, well, Scott Kuggeleijn, he's 1 ball away from finishing his second over. He's gone for 15. I think he's only bowled 1 really bad ball. Part of the frustration of being a fast bowler, you execute and sometimes it's just not your day. And I think today's bowled well, and those figures belie that so far.
Here he is again. Last ball of, no, little false start there from Kuggeleijn. What do you make of the start of Scott Kugelein's run-up? I described it as a little ballet, few little tippy-toe ballet type steps. I mean, I know he's a big man to be doing ballet, but it's very similar, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't mind it. I think for him it gives him a bit of rhythm. He starts with short steps and then he builds up so he gets to his maximum momentum when he gets to the crease. So for him it's obviously something he's done, and he bowled well, so he's continued doing it.
Here he is again bowling. This time Hafeez just turns this one into the onside. Short of a length delivery, went back on it, eased it into the mid-wicket region, picks up a single. Comfortable one in the end. So 10 overs gone, halfway through this Pakistan batting innings. 65 for 4 now. New Zealand off to a very good start with the ball, as they were at Eden Park 2 nights ago. They've put some pressure on this Pakistan batting lineup, and Chris Harris has taken a short break. Neil Wagner is coming alongside me. It's been a good little stint from the New Zealand bowlers in the first half of the innings, Neil.
It sure has, Simon. They've bowled really well. They've adapted, changed their plans a little bit and executed perfectly. And everybody's been chipping in.
Neesham again from the southern end bowls, and Hafeez eases that into the offside behind point. Guptill comes in, turns, throws at the stumps, misses. They pinch one. Hafeez through to 30 now.
It's a shame, Simon, just before Shadab Khan's wicket, Pakistan was just building in a little partnership nicely, just getting value for those good cricket shots. Now they have to try and do the same thing again. Try and keep those wickets in hand, try and go large in that last few overs. Put New Zealand under pressure.
Yeah, we saw they had a little bit of power at the back end of the innings, but it's just a lot of work to do as Neesham moves into Khushdil, leg side this time. Might be off the thigh pad, I think. Tim Seifert chases back to around about that circle and cuts it off, so it'll be one leg by. Pakistan to 67 for 4.
Actually got a funny story about Scott Kugelein's run-up here. Simon, we played a first-class match in Mount Maunganui Oval, and we were running a little bit behind time with the over 8. Umpires are giving me a slap on the wrist, and he's standing in the mark, taking his time, sussing out which foot do I start with. I'll continue after this ball.
Is it the left? Is it the right? I'm not sure. Neesham moves in, bowls, and Hafeez gets that fine, very fine indeed. Sodhi, no chance at all, about 5 metres away to his left. Picks up another boundary, does Mohammad Hafeez, down to third man. A vital one indeed for Pakistan. 34 for Hafeez, 71 for 4. Was it left foot or right foot?
So he stood there, he stepped back, and he looked over to James Baker, who was standing in mid-off next to him, and he goes, which foot do I normally start with? Is it the left one? Is it the right one? And James goes, I don't know, mate, but you better get on with it. And because of COVID rules, you have to give you can't give your cap to the umpire. So he ran back, got his cap, stood to cover. Back foot, left foot, back foot, other foot. Sort of worked it out.
Neesham bowls again, 1 second. Just ease one into the offside, no run there. Carry on, Neil Wagner. I'm loving this.
Oh, so he's still there, and while Tim Southee is running in bowling from the other end, Kuggeleijn is standing at cover, and he's trying to work out which foot do I start with. And I'm glad to see he eventually got there.
he's finally worked it out. Oh, dear me.
It's a great story. The boys in the change room just love it. They give him so much stick about it, but it definitely works with Coogie. So
you can actually see when he stands at the top of the mark, there's a lot going on in that head. Okay, I'm right here. I'm rocking backwards and forwards. James Neesham into the wicket again, and he bowls to Hafeez. Nice tight line and length, and back onto that back foot. Pushes it away into the offside. No run. Pakistan remains 71 for 4. Must be a horrible feeling when you can't remember which foot you start with.
It's got to be a horrible feeling. He was bowling so nicely in this game too. Bowling good pace. And he's bowling exactly as he's bowling tonight. But it's a funny story. The boys laugh about that quite a lot in the change room. Give him a bit of stick about it. But he's a lovely human being, Coogie.
They're an interesting family, the Kuggeleijns. Tell you. I played with his father, Christopher Mary Kuggeleijn. He took the 300th catch for Sir Richard Hadley in India in a test match for Sir Richard's 300th test match wicket. That one's clipped away by Hafeez on the onside this time. Devon Conway gets around really well. Good piece of work out on that boundary and cuts it to 2. Hafeez with another brace. He moves through to 36. Pakistan to 73 for 4 at the end of 11 overs. Kuggeleijn has bowled 2 overs for 16. Neesham's bowled 2 overs for 10. Jamieson has bowled 2. Southee's bowled 3. He's picked up 3 wickets, and Boult's bowled 2 overs. So good options left for New Zealand. Yeah, I think Aaron Lal was the wicket. Aaron Piggy Lal, lovely, lovely man. I've done a bit of commentary work with him. He was batting and Sir Richard Hadley was bowling, and Christopher Mary Kuggeleijn at second slip or third slip picked up Sir Richard Hadley's 300th Test match.
That's amazing knowledge, Simon, and that's great. It's part of the history of the game, which is so awesome. And lovely man, Chris Kuggeleijn, always has a smile and a laugh on his face as well when you talk to him.
He's always got a theory.
He's a theory.
He's a great man for theories. Doing a wonderful job too, actually, at Hamilton Boys High School. Been there for a long, long time. Some wonderful cricketers have come through that school. Sodhi is into the attack now. Left-handed Khushdil is on strike. He just crunches that one into the offside, and Williamson gets in the way. No run. Shortish ball from Sodhi to start. Not a good one, but gets away with it.
Ash will have to try and get into this rhythm early. Yeah, he's got the boundary. He's got things working in his favour.
Here he is again to the left-handed Khushdil. Shah gets that one right. Bit of turn as well. Very nice. Punch back down the wicket. Sodhi cleans up. 73 for 4 it remains. Khushdil is 2. Hafeez is 36.
Lovely bit of drift and turn there for Ash.
He's in past umpire Chris Brown again, and another leg spinner, very nicely pitched. It's punched into the offside. It'll be a 1 to Khushdil Shah. He'll go to 3. Pakistan to 74 for 4.
The new lights, LED lights here at Seddon Park, getting into full effect now, as you can see the foreshadows of the players. Still beautiful blue skies above us, but the lights sort of taking effect, and want to know if there's going to be any dew around tonight.
Sodhi, and again Hafeez on strike this time. Nicely flighted, beautiful delivery from Sodhi, just eased into the offside. Williamson cleans up, no run, nice start. Sodhi.
Lovely ball from Ash, scrambled seam, bit of turn there in the surface for him.
Here he is again. Might have just been a little bit short, and Hafeez cannot get through that one through the offside. It's straight out to the man at point, so he gets away with that one a little bit. Sodhi.
Couple of valuable dots here, just pressure building on the Pakistan batsman.
74 for 4 Pakistan. Sodhi, last ball of his first over. Hafeez pulls that in towards mid-wicket, and it races across the turf into the boundary for 4. Finishes with a slightly shortish delivery, does Sodhi. Gets punished for it. Hafeez through to 40. Pakistan to 78 for 4 now.
Great cricket shot there from Hafeez, just what he needed. Pressure was building up there. Try to get that boundary, as he only had 1 run of that over. Sodhi trying to finish the over off, get out of the over. Just a lovely shot, great timing from Mohammad Hafeez into the gap, beats the cow fielder on the boundary. As it looks like the big tall man, Cole Jamieson, coming back into attack from the city end. 97 T20 internationals for Mohammad Hafeez. It's a lot of warm-ups, Simon.
Yeah, it is too many, isn't it? 13 half centuries for him so far in his career. He's on 40 at the moment. Left-handed Khushdil is on strike. It's Jamieson from the southern end of Seddon Park bowls, and that's leg side-ish, just turned away down to long leg. Comfortably picked up by Glenn Phillips. I heard Ricky Swanell actually talking about the southern end, the city end, the Lake Karapiro end, maybe something like that, for those who know the area or may not know the area, where they've had World Rowing Championships and events for many, many years at Lake Karapiro. It's obviously south. You drive past that on your way over from Mount Maunganui, Neil, don't you?
Yep. Yeah, a trip over the Kaimais, which this time had a bit of sunshine on it.
There's Jamieson in again. That's driven down the ground by Hafeez. Good bit of timing. It should just be 1. It will. Excellent work. Down on the long on boundary.
Timing the ball beautifully, Hafeez. It's just a little punch down the ground, and it's just, rocketed around this beautiful carpet of an outfield. Scott Kuggeleijn had to do some yards to get across and cut that off, stop the boundary.
80 for 4 it is. Pakistan in the 13th over. Khushdil on strike, the left-hander. Jamieson bowls, and it's short. Hammered into the onside, and away to the boundary for 4. Neesham running around to his right, couldn't catch up with it. He's hit that very, very hard, not too high off the ground. And Khushdil picks up a boundary. He moves to 8. Pakistan to 84 for 4.
Great effort from James Neesham, sprinting, full tilt, big stretch dive, almost brought it back into the field play, but a very strong pull shot there from the bowling of Carl Jamieson. Good short ball, dug in, great height, and equally very well played.
Here's Jamieson again, just short of a length and pushed into the offside this time, backward of square. Martin Guptill cleans up from just behind point. No run, 84 for 4. Recently scored 100 off 35 balls in the national T20 tournament, Khushdil Shah. So we know he's got some power and ability.
Definitely does look a good player, Simon. Just the way he played that pull shot. Very confident in that.
Here's Jamieson in again. Bowling to the left-handed Khushdil, and it's Fuller. And pushed into the offside this time. Kane Williamson at cover. No addition to the score. Khushdil remains 8. Hafeez 41 and Pakistan 84 for 4.
Two very good follow-ups by Carl Jamieson, just hitting that back of the length, hitting those stickers, splice on the bat where it's hard to drive, hard to go forward to, but not easy to go back to as well. So very good lengths. He'll want to finish strong here in the last ball of this over.
Last ball of his third over. None for 23. Moves in now. Bowls, and it's short and pulled around the corner again. Chase for Glenn Phillips. Will he get there? Does very well. They'll pick up a couple though. Khushdil will move through to 10. Pakistan at the end of 13 overs, 86 for 4. We'll take a short break here on Magic Talk and streaming everywhere on the Rover app. And after the break, it'll be Ricky Swannell joining Neil Wagner.
The Magic Talk Summer of Cricket, brought to you from inside the Rizwan commentary box. Rizwan Colour Shops, for expert paint and colour advice. The Black Caps versus Pakistan, live from Seddon Park in the second T20, only on Magic Talk and Rover, your new home for live cricket.
86 for 4, and it is Sodhi continuing from the northern end of Seddon Park, Pakistan. This is the team's over, and just rocking back on that was Hafeez, and they'll scamper through for a single as it's collected just backward of points.
Love yes, come on boys!
Good first delivery there from Ish, not giving him any room, top of the stumps. Bit of turn there, bit of bounce. Crucial partnership here for Pakistan.
Khushdil's on strike, the left-hander. He is on 10. Hafeez at the non-strike is in on 42. Sodhi had a good first over, and yet the last ball went for 4, and he's in once more to Khushdil, and they'll go again quickly, and there's a chance here. It's Shah at the stump. Good sharp bit of fielding.
Wrong one from Ish Sodhi. First time he's bowled it. Nice strong one. Just gripping in the surface. Well, equally well played by Khushdil. Just pushed it in, and great bit of fielding.
Jimmy Neesham it was, just keeping these Pakistan batsmen on their toes. They're ticking the score over. Unlike those 6.6 per over. This the 13th. Hafeez is back on strike. He is on 42 from 31 deliveries, and Southee's in, and he's using his feet to come dancing down the wicket. It'll just be a single into the offside.
Keep going, lads, keep going, boys!
Kuggeleijn does the fielding. Now he's going to run it back out to the boundary for the left-hander.
Yes, of course you can.
89 for 4. Sodhi ripping through this over. Right arm, and this time there's width, and that's punched through to the offside. It'll just be a single. Patrolling the boundary out there is Glenn Phillips, and a good throw right into the heart of the, thudding into the gloves of Tim Seifert. You hear him chatting away.
Good timing from Khushdil. Sodhi bowling it, keeping the ball away from the shorter boundary, keeping the option away from him to play that slog sweep or to utilise the shorter end of the ground.
90 for 4. It's Hafeez on strike 2. Sodhi, and he's missed out this time. Hafeez got away from him. He's down on one leg. Fell over a little bit as it went straight through to the keeper, Seifert.
Almost surprised him. He's got two fielders up on the offside there. He had probably the easiest option to just run that ball and beat that gap there. Didn't expect it to go anywhere near that area there. Thought he was going to get tucked up, try to create himself some room.
Wants to come, lads. Come on.
Sodhi got lucky there with that delivery, but still a bit of turn there on offer for Sodhi.
Last ball of the over for Sodhi, and it's still Hafeez on strike. Dot ball, last one out, and it's another again. You hear the groan from Seifert as that thuds into the gloves as well. Really good over from Sodhi. Pakistan 90 for 4. Khushdil is not out 12. Hafeez is 43.
Quicker ball to finish there for Ash. Just fired it in. Still a bit of turn on there, and he's tried to pierce that gap, as we just said the ball before. Missed out on that opportunity, but also equally close to nicking that straight to Seifert. Good close to the over.
Looking at Sodhi too, he's in really good shape, isn't he? Obviously the luscious head of hair and the moustache is looking on point too, but in good shape. He was buzzing around in the field on Friday night as well.
He loves it, Ish. It's the format he really enjoys. I know his wife is giving him a lot of stick about that moustache, and so do some of the players, but he obviously loves it and doing it for a really good cause.
I think he can pull it off. I'm not really a moustache kind of girl, but I think that looks good on Ish. It's becoming a little bit of a trademark. Keep rolling with it. Sorry, Mrs. Sodhi, as it'll be Scott Kuggeleijn to continue from the city end, the Lake Karapiro end, the town end, the southern end of Seddon Park, and it is
coming from over the Kaimai's end.
The Kaimai's end. Khushdil on strike to Scott Kuggeleijn. His third over is underway and he bustles in, and again they'll set off for a quick swing. There might be a chance for a throw at the stumps here, or could have been close. Conway, was it, coming in?
Great bit of fielding from, I think it's Kane Williamson. Kane Williamson, quick pickup, quick release. Don't think this is far off from hitting. Would have been just safe. Good running, great running and sliding the bat in. Good technique.
Just pushed it in.
Kuggeleijn of a change of field, bringing fine leg up into the ring now. As mid-wicket goes out to deep mid-wicket. Cow corner on the boundary, protecting that shorter boundary where I think Hafeez will be lining up to go to.
Mohammad Hafeez, a right-hander on strike to Scott Kuggeleijn. None for 17 from 2.1. Kuggeleijn sets off and hits the crease, and that's just lofted, not fully timed well. A couple of bounces though, and it's going to get away. Just cut off into the offside. Good bit of fielding again. They've been good in the field today, New Zealand. They've stopped a couple of boundaries. Trent Boult this time, 93 for 4.
Smart option from Hafeez, using his experience, knowing that they're going to try and protect that bigger boundary. The field in the offside's up, and he's trying to just get it over. Didn't get full timing of it. There's a gap to go over mid-off. Gets to.
Hand came off the bat as he went for it, Hafeez. He's on 45 now. Inching towards a half century. Kuggeleijn, oh, this time a little bit of variation. Hasn't got enough on it. Oh, the catch is dropped. Coming in from deep square leg was Devon Conway, and he's put it down. He had plenty of time. A little bit of inventiveness. Conway is furious with himself.
Unfortunate there for Devon Conway. Hafeez looked like he tried to lap this. Wanted to go for the lap shot over the short fine leg and ended up getting more bat on it, and it's carried all the way to Devon Conway. I think he might have just overrun it. Came in very hot, ran in really fast to it. Didn't think he was going to carry to him, and he ended up just hitting him on the palms.
Had a second grab at it too, and then despairing. Then there was a shy at the stumps. They had to dive at the other end as well. Recovered well, but chance put down by Devon Conway. Deep square leg. 47 Hafeez is on now. In Pakistan, 95 for 4. This is a good innings from the veteran Hafeez. Here's Scott Kuggeleijn, and once more to him, and this time he's got all of it in front of square, over the fence for 6.
Caught in the crowd. Well, you got to feel for Scott Kuggeleijn. So many times it's the case, exactly the same as in Auckland the other night. Catch get dropped and the next ball goes for a boundary. Definitely hurts the bowler. Definitely hurts, but that brings up 50 for Mohammad Hafeez.
Yeah, great way to do it for Mohammad Hafeez. A really important knock. He got plenty on it. It was caught nicely in the stands, and that's tricky too because the sun's coming in down there. Was it a one-hander in the crowd too?
The guy with the one-hander just missed it and has gone into the buckets of the guy behind him.
So it's 53 for Hafeez, 101 for 4 for Pakistan. And Scott Kuggeleijn. His third over is turning into a bit of a nightmare. Drop catch. He's in once more to Hafeez, and this time he's going long and high into the offside, and that's gone for 6 more. Huge shot.
Kuggeleijn just missing his length. Very fast ball, 144 kilometres per hour. Full wide on the offside. Mohammad Hafeez, just a lofted drive. Got a lot on it to it, and it just sails into the crowd. Fantastic cricket shot. And this is a crucial period here for Pakistan.
Tim Southee's just come over to have a chat. Trent Boult's just trotted in as well. He was the one who watched that sail over his head down it long off and had a quick chat to Scott
Brought a
Kuggeleijn.
change into the field. Third man comes up. Mid-off drops back out where he's just hit that 6.
So Hafeez is raced through to 59 from 38. Khushdil just watching it all, enjoying it down the other end. He's on 13. Pakistan 107 for 4. Here comes Kuggeleijn again. Final ball of the over, and this time just took some of the pace off it, but he misses out. The head throws back. Hafeez no run as Seifert takes that one. But boy, it was a good over for Pakistan. 107 for 4.
He's banged that into the wicket, Scott Kuggeleijn. Third man up into the ring. Try to run that down, and the pace and bounce just doing Mohammad Hafeez in there, trying to beat that fielder. Knew he's going to try and bowl that delivery, and it's equally well bowled by Scott Kuggeleijn, not getting any width to go through that area.
Mohammad Hafeez with a really important knock as Neil Wagner steps out, and Chris Harris will come in and join us here on Magic Talk and Rover, heading towards the end of the Pakistan innings. 15 overs gone here at Seddon Park. 107 for 4. Mohammad Hafeez, who completely missed out a duck at Eden Park, has rectified that tenfold. He's Sodhi into Khushdil. It's driven away into the onside. Gee, it's quick down there. But good fielding from Guptill, swooping around the boundary, just a single. 107 for 4.
Yeah, hit that very hard, Khushdil. And Guptill at long on did very well. He was racing along the boundary and just cut it down to 1. But Hafeez played brilliantly, showed his experience tonight. He's gone 59 off 39, played beautifully, but still a lot of work to do from Pakistan's point of view.
108 for 4, excuse me, as Sodhi comes in again, and this time it's just guided behind square, past the outstretched hand of the gully fielder and down to the boundary for 4. Hafeez racing through to 63. What a knock. Pakistan 112 for 4.
Yeah, terrific batting from Hafeez. Moved towards off stump, and I think Sodhi thought he was going to look to go leg side, so bowled a little bit quicker and shorter, and Hafeez just allowed it, played it late, and just bet that man at short third man, and it raced away for 4.
This is the knock of an experienced man, Hafeez. As Sodhi this time, he's gone straight back down over the bowler's head. Has he got enough on it?
Street just after 8 o'clock. Police say the man was found unresponsive and could not be revived.
And a Fijian man says over half the homes in his village have been destroyed by Cyclone Yasa. Silvasio Badua and his 2 young children are among the homeless now after gale force winds wreaked chaos on the island of Banua Levu. More on Site 30 or as the news happens from News Hub.
Leading New Zealand's conversation. Magic Talk.
For more information on the Magic Music and Talk Radio Network, check out magic.co.nz.
Magic Talk, session highlights.
Pakistan 10 now. Oh, hang on. Pakistan are 16 with that one. That has gone a mile. Brilliant. Into the ANZ tent. And Haider Ali has gone 2-6. Bang, bang. Short. And that's back towards mid-off. It'll be Williamson's catch. It should be comfortable. Not timed at all. Southee bowls. This one's in the air. This will be another one. Caught and bowled for Tim Southee. Comfortable. Abdullah Shafique.
Tim Southee's got 2 slips. And behind him the edge, taken. Great start from Mohammad. Rizwan has come to an end. And again, he's got a bit of width and that's just cut through beautifully. Just backward a point and races away to the boundary for 4. Lovely shot from Hafeez. This time he's just lofted it away into the onside. 1 bounce, 2 bounces, 4 runs.
It's full and driven through the gap. Williamson couldn't get across, and that is a beautiful shot from Mohammad Hafeez. Sodhi, last ball of his first over. Hafeez pulls that in towards mid-wicket and it races across the turf into the boundary for 4.
Towards the half-century Kuggeleijn. Oh, this time a little bit of variation. Hasn't got enough on it. Oh, the catch is dropped. Drop catch. He's in once more to Hafeez, and this time he's going long and high into the offside, and that's gone for 6 more.
Bowls, and it's full and swung away, but it's only a top edge. It should be Williamson's catch. It will be Williamson's catch. Takes the catch. Southee's got 4. Short, high in the air and over top of the wicket-keeper. No fielders there. Well, Hafeez could bring up 100 with 2 sixes. Can he do it this ball? Here's Jamieson bowls, and that's over top of the keeper again, and this is 1 bounce though.
The Black Caps versus Pakistan. Live from Seddon Park in the second T20. Only on Magic Talk and Rover. Your new home for live cricket.
We are in the innings break at Seddon Park. The lights in full effect on a glorious evening just a couple of days before Christmas, and they've seen some good cricket. The crowd that has jammed in here this evening. Pakistan 163 for 6. New Zealand will need 164 to win, 8.2 runs per over. Ricky Swannell, I'm joined by Neil Wagner, and really the innings of Mohammad Hafeez, 99 not out, has set Pakistan this total, but is 163 enough on this ground?
Yeah, Ricky, great innings by Mohammad Hafeez, just using all that experience and knowledge. Been a whole campaign in that team, and pretty special knock. Sad for him being shy. 1 run away from what would have been a great 100, but I think they're 20 runs short on this ground. I just think, they got a couple of starts, just couldn't capitalise, but just the value of shots that you get on this ground, but you can get Yeah, 10-12 runs and over quickly, but I think with their bowling lineup, they've given themselves just a little sniff, maybe just something to try if they can get wickets early.
We're only 3-4 minutes or so away from a resumption. New Zealand will start the chase shortly. The Pakistan players are out going through their warm-ups. The fielding unit, of course, Harris, Ralph will be key. Shaheen Afridi were both very good on Friday night. What do you expect to see from that Pakistan bowling lineup again?
Again, they've got pace, they've got bounce, they've got swing, they've got all the attributes, Ricky, so it'll be interesting to see. I think they'll do the same as what the New Zealand attack did up front. They'll try and swing the ball, pitch it up, try and get it full early doors. Might see some spin early too. I think they'll bail the spinner within their first 2-3 overs to Seifert and Guptill. And then I think once we see that swing maybe not being there, they'll go to that short stuff.
They did on Friday night, didn't they? I think my memory's sort of a little bit addled at the moment, this time of year, but I'm trying to remember they did go with spin early on, didn't they, on
did.
Friday?
I think most teams do against Guptill and Seifert. I think they do feel there's opportunity because both of them like pace on the bat on ball, and they obviously use that pace to their advantage. They both are candidates who can get out to the LBW spin early. So I'll be no surprise if a spinner starts up in the first 2-3 overs, but I think they'll do the same as what they did the other night with Shaheen Afridi. Start up and see if there's any shape. We'll see a lot of pace and bounce tonight. And
of course, Tim Seifert was the pick of the New Zealand batsman last week on Friday night, 57 from 43. Martin Guptill just the 6. He had a decent enough knock, I think, in the second match against the West Indies, 30-odd. Martin Guptill, but has probably missed out, not quite hit the form that we expect from him just yet this season.
Yeah, 2020 cricket is just such a weird and interesting game. You can be in good form and things might not just go your way. It's just the nature of 2020 cricket. But no doubt the class player that Martin Guptill is, he's just that one knock away, and hopefully tonight is that night where we see him shine. Martin
Guptill and Tim Seifert. Tim Seifert leading them out, swinging the arm, swinging the bat around. Pakistan in their huddle just in front of us here at the northern end, the commentary end of Seddon Park, which has been packed to the gunnels all evening so far. The sun has gone down now, and it is a brilliant picture. That's what you would hope to see, and I'm sure New Zealand cricket are thrilled to have seen this crowd come in. Corporates are fully in and I was going to say fully loaded. They look pretty sedate over there, pretty responsible this time of year.
Yeah, maybe some of them still have got work to go to tomorrow, I don't know.
Well, that's the thing, isn't it? It's still Sunday night. You think that everyone might have knocked off just yet, but there's still a few more days to go, isn't there, until the decent break that everybody is very much looking forward to, I think, this summer. So Martin Guptill is taking his guard at the northern end of Seddon Park. Down the other end, Tim Seifert, Shaheen Shah Afridi will open the bowling as expected for Pakistan from the south. And Pakistan 163 for 6, New Zealand needing 164 to win and to wrap up a 2-0 series win with one game to come in Napier on Tuesday. If they can do that, it would be 2 good series wins in a format where New Zealand has been pretty up and down at times.
Yeah, I think it's been a really good summer. It's nice to see cricket with crowds. Shaheen Afridi just marking his run up out here, and he's rocking a similar feel to what Trent Boult did in the first over of the games. Third man back, slip in place, fine leg back, whole offside field up in the ring. Definitely look to see if he's going to get some swing and some assistance early on, pitching the ball up. And Martin Guptill will be eyeing a shorter boundary on the leg side. If there's any swing into the pads, I think he'll be utilising going with the breeze towards that short boundary.
Shaheen Afridi 2 for 27 on Friday night from his forward, a big, long left armour, and he charges in to Martin Guptill. First ball of the innings, and Guptill just plays it away. Oh, it's a misfield, and they'll get a single here. Misfield at point.
It's not how you want to start, and the bowler, we won't be happy with that. It's just a gentle push into the covers on this carpet of an outfield. It's probably the easiest ball you can get. Just that's the hands and bobbles out, and Martin Guptill is away. First ball, foolish ball from Afridi. Not much swing on offer. We'll see how he bowls to Tim Seifert in this next one.
Left arm over, 5 left.
It might have been Hussain Talat out there. Is he one of the reserve fielders come out for Pakistan? We'll get confirmation. But anyway, Martin Guptill is off the mark with a single off a misfield. He'll take it however way it comes. Shaheen in his first over, and he'll bring Tim Seifert on strike. 57 coming off a good knock at Eden Park. on Friday, although he did say he wasn't still 100% happy with how he's playing. He's facing up to Shaheen now, and that's hit hard into the ground and through the gap and down to the boundary for 4. There's a race through the covers.
Lovely shot from Tim Seifert. Cover drive, just a classical cover drive. Pitched up by Afridi, full, no swing. Seifert just leans into it. Just a nice drive, times beautifully. Rockets for 4.
Gee, the fielders out there, 3 or 4 of them, all just hands on hips, and that just whistled past. Couldn't quite believe what they had seen. So Tim Seifert off the mark with a boundary. The Black Cats have moved through to 5, chasing 164 to win. It's Shaheen in once more to Tim Seifert. This time he's turned it away down to fine leg, and it'll just be a single. Sweeping out down there around the boundary is Imad Wasim. So nice start for Seifert.
Freddie tries to adjust his line, gets a little bit straighter, gets onto the pads of Tim Seifert, flicks it across to fine leg on that shorter boundary. If it's immediate side of him, the pace that went down there, it can easily be 4. And Tim Seifert is looking very comfortable. Not much swing on offer for Freddie.
Martin Guptill on strike now too. Afridi. Guptill is on 1. New Zealand on 6, chasing 164. Afridi is in, and he's chopped that away, turned it in front of square Martin Guptill, and they'll sneak through for a single. It'll be always good running between these two players as well. Guptill's on 2, Seifert 5, and New Zealand 7 without loss.
Hands of swing there, fraction of swing there to Guptill. Inside edge with the gap between bat and pad at 141 kilometres per hour. It's a first sign of a bit of shape. Encouraging signs for Freddie, and Guptill lucky there with inside edge.
Shaheen Afridi at the top of his mark to Tim Seifert, hits the crease and bowls, and Seifert just turns it away into the onside, and it's another good single. And ticking over the strike early here, an equal slice of the pie, Guptill and Seifert in the opening over.
Fractionally missed on by Seifert there, he would have missed out. There's a big gap on the leg side, just sort of pushes it into the, gets 1 run. Freddie straying onto those pads, still the same field, no change in the field.
Wahab out there, Wahab Riaz, he was the fielder, and he's just stretching out the right quad, the right leg. It landed as he landed a little bit awkwardly as Freddie is in again to Guptill again. They set off quickly. There'll be a throw at the stumps, but no chance. Too quick. Guptill and Seifert. Nice tidy start from New Zealand. They move through to 9 without loss. Guptill is 3, Seifert is 6, chasing 164 to win the Black Caps.
Encouraging signs there for Freddie on that last ball. Gets swing again, swinging in at 143 kilometres per hour, hitting good rhythms. Great start here from the Black Caps. Tim Seifert, Martin Guptill, be happy with that first over. As it looks like Harris Ralph coming in to bowl the second over for Pakistan.
Well, Harris Ralph, who was the pick of Pakistan's bowlers on Friday night, 3 for 29. He's busy and he's bustling and he's aggressive.
He's quick, Ricky. He's quick. He's got a bit of pace about him. He's got an X factor about him, this guy. Hits the deck hard. Well, I can't talk about celebrating wickets, but a lot of animation in there.
Exuberant.
He gets in there. He gets into the batsman's face. He's up for a challenge.
It is Harris Ralph who bowls the second over to Martin Guptill on strike, and that's just straight away down the leg side, clipped off the toes, down to the square leg boundary for 4. Is it cut off? Not quite. Good effort with the player on the boundary. I might just have a quick check, but it is going to be 4, isn't it? So
Shaheen Afridi diving stop, trying to get it back, but it just rolls over. Hits the boundary boards at the same time. It's the longest boundary in the ground. As Harris Ralph just strays onto the legs, gets clipped nicely by Martin Guptill. Great timing, but it just races along this outfield. Freddie diving, missing the ball, and it goes to 4.
So New Zealand have moved through to 13 without loss. Guptill is 7, Seifert is 6. This is just the second over of the chase, and it's Harris Ralph in again for his second ball, charging in from the southern end, and that is a huge hit from Martin Guptill down over long off for 6. Massive lusty blow.
That is Martin Guptill at his best, Ricky. What a shot. Lofted drive over mid-off. Just a beautiful cricket shot. And that is just Martin Guptill pushing at it. Statement early, to the Pakistan bowlers. You pitch it up to me there I'm going to take you on down the ground.
It's that stand and deliver that has become so familiar with Martin Guptill. He's a big, tall man, long levers, and it just looks so fluid when he hits it like that. 19 without loss. Guptill is on 13. As Harris Ralph is in once more to Guptill, and that's a bit straighter. They're going to try for a quick single. Oh, he was gone for all money. There was no run there. They took it anyway. Ralph did his own fielding. Shy at the stumps, missed it. A little bit of a life for Martin Guptill.
My word, that's what you call a barbecue, Ricky. It is a barbecue. He's just blocked it. Fuller's gone through the gap. Harris Ralph puts the other one hand, gets it. He could have gone either way. Both batsmen stuck in the middle of the crease. Martin Guptill's sort of given up on that.
Is it a barbecue? What, because he was cooked?
He is. Both of them were cooked. They are both cooked.
There's a very perplexed look in the crowd. 20 without loss. Seifert is on 6 and he is on strike too. Harris Ralph. And that's just played straight back past the bowler, but there'll be no run. It was a very good, clear, crisp call this time.
Fortune for the Black Caps of the previous ball, and Seifert with a loud no sends Martin Guptill back. Don't want any confusion again there.
So Seifert is on...
All happening.
Seifert is on 6. Hope everyone's come back from the hot chip stand in time for that short innings break, because you've missed out if they hadn't. Guptill's 14, Seifert's on 6, he's on strike as well, and the Black Caps are 20. Here's Ralph again. This time turned away in front of square, and it'll just be a nice easy single for Tim Seifert. This has been a very busy over.
Tell you what, Ricky, I can still smell that barbecue out there in the middle. Bit of jitters and nerves, which those two will park away now, but yeah, Seifert just clips that nicely down to deep square leg for 1. And I think, yeah, both of them still lucky to be there at the crease after that one there. But Harris Ralph, 144 kilometres per hour, getting the pace up nice in here.
Ralph at the top of his mark, final ball of the over. It's the second over of the innings. Ralph is in, and Guptill just tried to ramp it in over the top, didn't get anything on it, and that will end a very entertaining over. 21 without loss. Guptill is 14 from 7. Seifert 7 from 5. New Zealand are chasing 164 to win.
Bangs it in, that last ball, Harris Ralph. 146 kilometres per hour. Good pace. Martin Guptill was stepping away, trying to ramp it over the keeper. Lucky not to get an edge on that. Not a bad option for Martin Guptill. Try and use that pace. Anything you're going to get bad on that. Definitely solo over that short boundary. There's Afridi set to continue.
Yeah, we wondered whether Pakistan might opt for some spin in his first couple of overs, perhaps after the next one.
I was expecting the exact same thing. Haven't seen it yet. I think it might be coming from the different end. Just Harris Ralph just bowled from, just to utilise that bigger boundary.
And it's Shaheen Shah Afridi to continue on his second over to Tim Seifert on strike. A big swing and a miss from Seifert, and it's gone through to the keeper, Rizwan.
Pace and bounce there from Afridi. It's spicy, that, Ricky. Flying past at 142 kilometres per hour. Seifert goes for a big cut shot. As the fielders in the offside are all up. There's a slip in about second, third slip position. In play there. Lovely delivery from Afridi.
Watchful so far from Seifert. Guptill having a chat to the umpire down that end. Shaheen in once more to Seifert again. He's missed again, and the head goes back into the hands from Shaheen Afridi. Keeper Rizwan. They're all up on their toes now. The Pakistanis, look at them buzzing in around Tim Seifert. Loud clap in the air.
He's ramping it up here, Ricky. 144 kilometres per hour. Bit of shape back in. That beats the bat on the inside edge between the bat and the body. Good pace. There's a lot of excitement around this bowling unit from Pakistan.
A couple of dot balls to start this over. The rarity of a dot ball in T20 cricket. Some really good tidy stuff from Shaheen. It's testing Seifert, and this time Seifert's turned it away fine. Down past fine leg. Down to the boundary for 4, and you heard the anguished cry of Shaheen as that raced away.
It's quick, it's short, it's a lovely bouncer. Seifert equally up to the task. Lovely pull shot, fine leg up into the circle, and that's just rocketed to the boundary for 4. Great shot from Seifert.
Oh, Shaheen furious, had a kick at the turf. Seifert goes through to 11. Guptill is 14. New Zealand 25 without loss in the third over. It's the second over for Shaheen. He'd had a couple of dot balls. Now that boundary to Tim Seifert, the Northern Districts man. Played a lot of cricket on this ground, of course, as have many of this Black Cats team. Shaheen, and once more to Seifert. This time he's gone in front of square into the offside, and he's pushed, and he's got really good timing, and they'll get two.
Lovely punch through the covers from Seifert. Stands tall on top of the bounce from Afridi. Lovely shot for two through the covers. Both New Zealand batsmen looking really good. Yeah, great start for New Zealand. Really good start, laying their foundation, just starting the innings well.
27 without loss, of course. Kane Williamson, the New Zealand captain, back in the lineup tonight. He's due to come in at 3 with Conway and Phillips, each dropping down 4 and 5. Neesham in at 6, and Kuggeleijn, Southee, Sodhi and Boult, the New Zealand batting card ahead. But at the moment it's the openers, Seifert and Guptill, doing the job. 27 without loss. It's Seifert on strike. He's 13 from 9 as Shah Afridi is in once more to him again. It's pushed into the onside for 1. And again, New Zealand content to tick over the strike, get the scoreboard moving. Required run rate 7.9.
Tell you what, Ricky, you wouldn't tell that Kane Williamson had a baby. Don't know if he's been changing a lot of nappies. He doesn't look tired at all. Just really good. Nice to see Kane back.
Hang on, what's that he's not tired, but that he hasn't been changing nappies. Hang on.
Yep.
That's not really good.
He must have been sleeping well.
Oh, it's good to have him back, and congratulations to him and to Sarah. That safe arrival of the new baby. Martin Guptill on strike now to Shaheen, and a punch forward, just trickles behind square for 1. And a good over for New Zealand again. New Zealand now 29 without loss. Guptill is 15. Seifert is 14. 3 overs gone, chasing 164 to win here at Seddon Park. Magic Talk and Rover International Cricket.
It's a lovely night in Hamilton. So great to see the New Zealand supporters, the fans, the Pakistan fans, all coming out of their numbers to support both teams in this lovely evening here at Seddon Park in Hamilton. Great night for cricket. So good to see, and hopefully may this continue throughout the summer of cricket here in New Zealand. Lovely picture of the drone footage flying above the ground, full crowd. Great scenes.
Where else would you rather be on a Sunday night, a couple of days before Christmas? Has change in the bowling attack for Pakistan. It's Faheem Ashraf, and he's in quickly to Martin Guptill. Bowls now, and Guptill's gone straight down again, over mid-off, over the boundary for 6 more. It was like a carbon copy of what we saw earlier from Martin Guptill. Another wonderful stroke.
Sure was. It sure was, Ricky. What a shot. Again, that lofted drive, exactly the same as the previous over. Beautiful timing from Guptill. Just easy. Just lifts it up over mid-off. Carries well into the crowd for 6. Classic cricket shot from Martin Guptill. Boys, look on tonight.
That's put the Black Cats through to 35 without loss. Guptill 21 from just 9 as Faheem is in once more to Martin Guptill, and there's no run there. Good response from Faheem.
Good delivery from Faheem, just brings his length back a little bit. Try to hit the stickers. Martin Guptill, well defended. Exciting bowling attack this from Pakistan. They'll try and get a wicket early here, try and put the Black Caps under pressure. But it's a great start to lay the foundation here by these two top order batsmen. Yes. 2 openers starting well.
6 off the first ball, puts pressure on the bowler as Faheem into Guptill, and this time he's swung away. There's a player out there, and he's gone straight down the throat of deep square leg. Faheem, he went for 6 off the first ball and fought back, and he's taken Martin Guptill for 21. Guptill picks out the fielder. New Zealand lose their first wicket, 35 for 1.
Great catch from Harris Ralph, straight up into the night sky. Martin Guptill goes for the pull shot, high on the bat, just rushes them a little bit, doesn't get the timing. Harris Ralph sits underneath it. Great catch, and Martin Guptill is out for 21 off 11 deliveries. Pakistan is away.
A promising knock from Guptill comes to an abrupt end, and that will bring the captain Kane Williamson out to the crease. Didn't play the second test against the West Indies 10 days or so ago. And gets a rousing reception as he walks out into the middle of Seddon Park, and why not another very proud Northern Districts player and a hugely popular cricketer, hugely popular athlete in this country.
What an ovation, Ricky. It's goosebump stuff, that walking out to a great crowd acknowledging him, and it's so nice to see Kane Williamson back.
So the Black Caps are 35 for 1. Martin Guptill, the man out for 21, caught by Harris. Ralph bowled by Faheem, who responded brilliantly to getting taken for 6 off his first ball. It is Tim Seifert on strike 2. Faheem had a bit of width and he's missed out. A big old swing, Seifert, as it's gone through to the keeper. And you can just see what that wicket has done to Pakistan. Really lifted the entire team, clapping.
There's a lot of energy behind that ball there, Ricky. You just see a man who's got a wicket there. Tail up, runs in, bangs in short, and just fizzes through to the keeper. Seifert tries to cut it. Play and miss. Pakistan boys are all up in arms, making a bit of noise out there.
Faheem Ashraf, the right armour, bowls to Tim Seifert. He just punches it forward defensively. No run. Another dot ball.
Nice delivery there from Faheem, just running it back into Seifert's off stump, not giving him any width, any room to free those arms. Seifert just adjusts, punches into cover, no run.
It's over from Faheem. 6 dot, wicket dot. It's been really just what they needed. They've rotated their bowlers around early. Pakistan, New Zealand 35 for 1. And it's Seifert on strike 2. Faheem again and again. It's another dot ball as the defensive push is played forward into the offside from Seifert.
Great start from Faheem. 1 over 1 for 6. Just what they needed. Finishes off the over really strong. Good delivery. Top of the off stump. Lovely delivery from Faheem. I'm still not seeing any spin coming on. It looks like it's going to be Wahab Riaz to come from the city.
Pakistan, the Black Cats 35 for 1, and comes Simon Doull to join Neil Wagner.
Thank you, Ricky.
It's not going to be Wahab Riaz. It's a change. It's going to be Harris Ralph. Sure is Harris Ralph.
Yeah, I think you're right, Neil. Harris Ralph for a change, replacing Shaheen Shah Afridi. 2 overs, none for 17 for Shaheen Afridi. Harris Ralph will have a slip in place, fine leg and a third man, 4 other men inside the circle on the offside and 2 on the on. Here he is now and bowls, and it's short and into Williamson, hits the body, drops down at his feet. Williamson picks it up, passes it back to Harris Ralph.
There's a lot of chat there from the Pakistan fielders. They're all sprinting towards that ball. They're up for it here. Quick delivery from Harris Ralph into Kane Williamson's hip, not giving him any width. All the Pakistanis charges up. A lot of buzz and energy around there. They're up for this challenge. They want to try and defend every run as hard as they can.
They're just letting Williamson know that it's not that easy after a week and a half off. Here he is again, Harris Ralph, and he bowls to Williamson. That's nicked down. Oh my goodness, no. It's gone straight through between keeper and first slip. That is an absolute blow. Khushdil Shah is at first slip. Mohammad Rizwan, the keeper. And not a soul went for it. Neither of them moved. Williamson off the mark with 4.
Fortune for Kane Williamson. Quick, spicy delivery. Bounce, pace, nick, and would have gone straight to first slip. No one moved, like you said, Simon. Both keeper and slip just looking at each other. And it's agony for the bowler.
If someone goes and drops it, okay.
100%.
You're like, yep, it hurts, but it hurts a lot less.
Sure does, Simon. Just an effort, just a dive, just try.
Give me something, please. Harris Ralph again. This one outside edge. No, it's not. It's just gone past. Oh, calm down, Simon. Calm down. It's all right. Williamson play and miss.
They are up for it here, the Pakistanis. They're not going to go down without a fight. Harris Ralph bowling some serious pace. Lovely bounce. Bit of shape going away from Kane Williamson's bat. Just heck of a length. Just beautiful delivery.
39 for 1, New Zealand. Tim Seifert 14, Kane Williamson 4. Harris Ralph, ball in hand. Into bowl to Kane Williamson again. This one bat on it down towards that gully position. One bounce and straight into the hands of the man at gully. It is Abdullah Shafique, no run. Remains 39 for 1.
As you can hear through the stump mic, I don't understand a word they're saying at the moment, but there's a lot of chat going on. There's a lot of buzz and energy from this Pakistan team out there at the moment.
It's good. I think that's what they bring. They bring so much energy. They've got a terrific bowling attack. Here's Harris Ralph again in and bowls to Williamson. Work down towards third man, but he can't get it past Abdullah again, who comes away to his left, just cleans it up. No runs, so Williamson under a little bit of pressure early in his innings.
Valuable dot balls. That's what you want as a bowler and as a team right now, just to pull a little bit of pressure, try and swing that momentum around. And New Zealand, obviously, Kane Williamson coming in new to the crease. Because of that good start, they can afford to take some time, build this partnership. Definitely, those dots will just build a bit of pressure onto the New Zealand skipper.
Last ball of the over. Here he is, Harris Ralph. A good line and length again outside off stump. Carbon copy, replay. The last 3 deliveries straight down to gully. No run. Very good over. Brilliant over from Harris Ralph. It's 39 for 1. Williamson 4. Seifert 14. Harris Ralph 2 overs, none for 16.
Bowling some good pace here, Simon. 143 kilometres per hour. All these guys running in, hitting the wicket hard. Skillful bowlers. It's good to see. It's lovely to watch.
They know that one more wicket, a little bit of pressure on the newer players. Conway, Phillips, who's been in some good form, but they just need to find a way to put some pressure on this New Zealand side. To Pakistan, Faheem Ashraf is in again from the northern end, our commentary box end here at Seddon Park, and he's cramping Tim Seifert for room. Just a little inside edge onto the back thigh. No run. 39 for 1 as Chris Harris comes in alongside me.
Well, good pictures of Phillips and Conway just sitting there nice and relaxed. Pretty sure they're pretty keen just to stay there a little bit longer. Brilliant over from Harris Ralph. Previous over. Should have had the wicket of Williamson. Bet the keeper and first slip. I think both of them should have gone for it, Simon. You don't want to die wondering. Just everyone go. And if you, as you said, if you drop it, you drop it. But Pakistan with their tails up.
Well, how crucial will that be? Time will tell. Here's Faheem again, and this one a swing and a miss again from Tim Seifert. Through to the keeper, way over, around about middle and leg stump. Some pressure being applied here now. 39 for 1 it remains.
Well, you can tell they're bowling well, because all of a sudden New Zealanders are starting to look and do little things a little bit differently outside of their game. You can see Seifert giving himself some room and trying to force it through the offside to a ball that's a bit too close for him. Normally, if he was in good touch, he'd be working that through the leg side or just running it down to third man. Just feel like New Zealand are trying to force it because they're under a wee bit of pressure.
Now's the time you want to be rotating the strike. Ones if you want. Here he is, Seifert this time, just tries to flick this one over top of the keeper. The Dill scoop, the McCullum scoop, call it what you like. Certainly a scoop that has paid dividends this time for Tim Seifert. He's got it away over top of Rizwan, down to the boundary for 4. He moves through to 18, New Zealand through to 43 for 1.
Well, it's a brilliant shot. It takes a lot of guts because it's effectively putting your body on the line. It's high risk. The Pakistanis won't be too disappointed with that because he's really had to take a risk. What they will be disappointed with is he got away with it. But that certainly has broken the shackles a little bit for New Zealand.
43 for 1. Faheem Ashraf in again, bowls to Seifert down the wicket. He hoys that one into the onside, out towards deep square leg. Piece of fielding out on that deep square boundary. Harris Ralph it is out there. It'll just be 1 to Seifert. 44 for 1 now, New Zealand.
I'll tell you what, you can tell it's not easy out there because there's a few shots being played. Like in the last couple of overs, Tim Seifert particularly has really tried to force the issue with a little inside edge there out to deep square leg. Normally, his batting is all about timing, and he has timed it well, but all of a sudden it feels as though it might be just holding in the surface a little bit more because it looks as though their timing, or trying to get their timing's been difficult, and you don't often see Williamson play a miss as we did in the previous over.
Faheem in again, Williamson on strike this time, and it's just played down very quietly, right beside the stumps almost. It's gone maybe 2 or 3 metres away from the stumps, and Tim Seifert's called Williamson through for a quick single. Good batting, very good calling between these two. Williamson 5, 45 for 1.
Yeah, great running between the wickets. I think in these situations we've got to see more of that. If you can't get those boundaries away, you've got to use soft hands, and we know these two are quick between the wickets, particularly Seifert. So any opportunity you can just to drop it and run, get to the non-striker's end, watch your mate do the hard yards.
Best place to watch fast bowling, the non-striker's end. Here's Faheem in again. And Seifert on strike, last ball of the over, and he eases that one up towards mid-off. Take a comfortable single. Mid-off was right on the circle. That was Shadab Khan, the skipper. He cruises around to his left, throws it back to the keeper, and they complete the single, complete the over. 6 gone, so power play done and dusted. Fielding restrictions are up, and New Zealand are 46 for 1. Pakistan at the same stage at the end of 6 overs with 33 for 3. So New Zealand feel like they're in front of the game at this stage. Williamson 5 and Tim Seifert 20. I'll make sure you at the next Black Caps match as well. There's so much going on this summer. Get discounted tickets through Cricket Nation. You can visit New Zealand Cricket's website. That's www.nzc.nz. Adult tickets are less than $30 for a T20 and an ODI, or $25 for a day at the Test match. And kids, just $10 for a T20 or an ODI, or $5 a day at the Test match. Absolutely brilliant. Great value. Get the family along. There's so much cricket going on over the summer. Change in bowling now. Left arm veteran Wahab Riaz into the attack from the city end. Short straight away. Very good short delivery to Tim Seifert. Races through to the keeper. Little swing and a miss from Tim Seifert. Nice start, Chris Harris.
Yeah, right in the money. Rehab. Beautiful bowling, good short fast pitch bowling directly at the head, and you could see Tim Seifert, certainly a very good player of the short ball and the hook shot, but that was such a great line. He had to move his head out of the way, looked uncomfortable.
There he is, Wahab Riaz in again. No one inside the circle on the leg side. That's pulled and pulled flat, hard 6. Watch out! Watch out if you're in the crowd. Oh, that would have hurt someone, surely. Brilliant into the eastern terraces here at Seddon Park. He's hit that so hard. Brings up the New Zealand 50. It's 52 for 1 now. Seifert to 26.
Yeah, you've got to be careful bowling short to him. You got away with one first up, which was a bit of a surprise. Just got to be very careful. If you're not in the right spot, he will put you away. Wonderful timing. That was a very flat 6. It's what you call a crowd killer.
Yeah, you got to be careful. Keep your eye on the ball, they say. Wahab Riaz come around the wicket. Well, he's just asked Kane Williamson to move across to the onside. Decided to bowl left arm around the wicket. He's in now. Bowls, and that is crunched straight down the ground by Tim Seifert. Away over the sight screen. Back-to-back 6s. Taking to Wahab Riaz. Seifert moves to 32. New Zealand to 58 for 1.
I think he was actually expecting another short one. He backed away to the leg side, and he opened up his front foot like he was ready to baseball it over the leg side. Riaz went full. Tim Seifert said, well, I can just hit you straight now for 6. Wonderful batting. Just the modern era where you just get into that baseball position and you can pretty much hit anywhere in the ground.
57 off 43 at Eden Park a couple of nights ago. Tim Seifert got New Zealand's innings away to a good start as the wickets of Guptill and Conway fell around him. He's off to a good start again tonight. Riaz this time into him and cramps him for a bit of room this time. Can't get it past the man coming in from the gully region. That is Abdullah Shafique. No run.
I think that shows the development of Tim Seifert though. He's just hit 2 beautiful 6s, and just to show that he's still in control and not the adrenaline's flowing too much, he plays a good solid defensive shot looking for the single, and I think that just shows the experience he's gained over recent times.
A little bit late, but there's a sign just come up on the electronic scoreboard. It says, stay safe, keep your eye on the ball. A little bit late for old mate down here in the Eastern Terraces. He's got another chance, though. Keep your eye on this one. Keep your eye on this one, fella. Straight into the Eastern Terraces again. A short ball. Seifert pulls it. High, hard, handsome, away for 6 more. That's 3 in the over. Wahab Riaz has not learned his lesson. New Zealand move through to 64 for 1. Seifert 38 now.
And thank goodness they've got these new LED lights, because it's easier for the crowd to see the ball coming into them as well. Because literally Tim Seifert is smashing those, and they're hitting the crowd very hard. There's been a couple of good catches in the crowd. Don't think that was taken because that was travelling. But fortunately so far everyone's safe and sound.
You can safely say Tim Seifert can play the short ball. Wahab, here he is again. Another short one. This one's turned around the corner. It'll just be 1. Down to long leg. That is Imad Wasim down there. The left armour, left-hander. Picks it up, fires it back into the keeper Rizwan. And 1 over, none for 19. Wahab Riaz, 65 for 1 New Zealand. Seifert 39, Williamson 5.
Yeah, it's tough one. Well, I mean, it was quick. You just really hope the skipper gives you 1 more over. You don't think, hold it there, thanks. 1 over for 19 you won't be happy with. Riaz Wahab. Very big competitor. And I tell you what, he will keep coming back hard as well. Just wonder how long it'll be. Sorry, Simon, for Pakistan go to spin. It looks like not long at all, because it could be right now.
Yeah, skipper. The skipper's got to take some control here, try and get his side back into the game. He bowled 2 overs for 22 at Eden Park the other night. Shadab Khan couldn't find his way to make a breakthrough, couldn't halt what New Zealand were doing at Eden Park a couple of nights ago. And he's starting a new spell now. Bowling to Seifert at short, and he just hits that one into the offside, around about point. Cruise through for a comfortable single. Seifert to 40, New Zealand 66 for 1.
Yeah, good. Have a wee look. Get off the mark with a quick single off the first ball. If you can't hit boundaries, just keep applying pressure by running well between the wickets. And Williamson quick to react. I think he'll feel more comfortable against the spin. Very good player of spin. Very good at manipulating it.
Yeah, super player. Spin Kane Williamson reads it well, and he just pushes that one into the offside in front of point. There's a cover point sweeper on the boundary who does the fielding. Williamson with another single, a very comfortable one for him. He's 6, New Zealand 67 for 1. Shadab in again, past umpire Brown bowls, and that one pushed into the offside behind point. Can't get it past the field of Tim Seifert, so it remains 67 for 1.
Shadab Khan looks like he's bowling pretty quick to me. Just saw Sodhi mix up his pace a little bit. I'd like to see him bowl a few, just a little bit slower, trying to get some grip in the surface.
Well, that one might have been a little bit slower, but Seifert so quickly onto it, hits it over extra cover and into the boundary for 4. He is seeing it very well at the moment, Tim Seifert. Picked the gap, timed it well, moves to 44, New Zealand to 71 for 1.
Yeah, he's got wonderful hands, just got a little bit of width and not a lot outside off stump. Opened up his front leg and just threw his hands through it. Great timing.
It's Shadab again. This one quicker, shorter, forces him onto the back foot. Plays it down to a short third man. Wahab Riaz picks up, no run, 71 for 1.
Again, that's just a sign of that development. It's not in his area, so he's just looking for a quick single. Good batting, just couldn't quite get it in the gap.
There's Shadab again, past umpire Brown, and that one's short, punched towards extra cover. Fielder comes across, picks it up, no run. Seifert remains 44. Williamson 6, 71 for 1 New Zealand, looking for 164. We'll take a quick break here on Magic Talk and come back with Ricky Swannell and Chris Harris. You are listening to Magic Talk and streaming everywhere on the Rover app.
The Magic Talk Summer of Cricket, brought to you from inside the Rizine commentary box. Rizine, quality paints and colours, perfect for your projects. Magic Talk, your new home for live cricket. Streaming live on Rover.
71 for 1, the Black Caps in pursuit of 164 to win. Kane Williamson has played second fiddle, he's 6 from 8. Tim Seifert 44 from 29. Super impressive, the New Zealand wicketkeeper so far. Well, carrying on from what we saw at Eden Park the other night. And it's Imad Wasim from the northern end. No, that's the southern end. I don't get my directions right. That's the southern end of Eden Park.
City end.
City end. Coming into the attack. Excuse me, bit of a frog in the throat. There we go. Got myself sorted and we're away as Imad comes into Williamson. He just chops down on the ball in front of square, no run.
Yeah, double change. Interesting. Get rid of the quick bowlers and gone spin at both ends. Imad Wasim, very good T20 and one-day bowler. Generally goes past the vertical side bowls. Doesn't get a lot of spin. Angles in and bowls very straight, wicket to wicket. Williamson looking to access that offside.
Imad Wasim left arm orthodox to Kane Williamson. He's just found the gap here. Williamson's a sweeper coming around the boundary and it's not going to be able to get there. Cutting off and racing away behind square into the offside for 4. Lovely from the skipper.
Yep, Kane Williamson doesn't need a second invitation. He's got 2. The previous ball that he tried to get backward a point, tried to hit into the gap, missed out, but that time timing was very, very good. Bet that man, the second man behind point, and it raced away.
So that's Williamson through to 10. New Zealand 75 for 1. 8.8 going in at the moment. Wasim, and again this time turns it away into the onside. Williamson, there'll just be a single as the player races in from the boundary. And that brings Seifert back on stroke. We've seen a couple of big shots from Tim Seifert. It's interesting to hear him say, even though he got 50 the other night at Eden Park, he still wasn't overly happy with just how he was hitting it, how he was seeing it. I think he's having quite so many problems tonight. He's on strike to Imad on 44. Seifert always got a big thick edge over the top of third man who was up, and it's gone down to the boundary for 4. Had a really good swing at it and he goes through to 48.
I was going to say he was a little bit lucky there. Tim Seifert, especially the left arm spinners coming into the right hander, looks to target the slog sweep over mid wicket. This time he didn't get the length, just stood tall and tried to hit it over mid wicket. Got a thick outside edge, and fortunately because he swung so hard, it flew over short third man and raced away for 4.
Seifert now on 48. Imad into him again. This one goes through the point region down to deck point, and it'll just be a single as Seifert goes through to 49. New Zealand 81 for 1. That is the end of the over, chasing 164 to win. Williamson on 11.
Tim Seifert, such a dangerous player. Parkle Star will know how important his wicket is. You can see 49 from 31 balls, and he's starting to swing pretty hard now. You only feel as if he bats another 3 or 4 overs, this target is going to be eaten away very, very quickly.
Yeah, the required run rate is 7.6. They're going at 9 at the moment. 9 overs gone, 11 remaining for Pakistan. Try and get Seifert. That might just open things up a little bit. Looks like Shadab Khan is going to continue from the southern end, the northern end of Seddon Park. I should have warned everyone before that I have absolutely no sense of direction whatsoever, as I've just illustrated pretty clearly in the last 2 overs.
A frog in your throat, though, that makes things pretty confusing.
So it is Shadab Khan from the northern end of Seddon Park to Tim Seifert. Seifert on 49, and he'll just turn that away into the onside. They're going to look for 2, are they? They're coming back for a comfortable 2, and that is back-to-back half centuries for Tim Seifert. The 50 up for the New Zealand wicketkeeper. He scored a battling 57 the other night, but this has been an innings of real class for Tim Seifert. 51 off 32 balls at a strike rate of 159. Tim Seifert in great form for New Zealand.
Yeah, very, very good innings so far. He's got a big job still to do. I'm sure he'd love to be there at the end. But great running between these two. Just worked it out to the 30-yard circle and sprinted.
Shadab again, this time sweeping, and he's picked the gap here brilliantly in the leg side. Tim Seifert. Simon Doull mentioned how well he was seeing it earlier, and that is another wonderful shot. The 50 partnership has come up in super quick time, 24 minutes, 35 balls. And New Zealand now 87 for 1. Seifert through to 55.
I like the fact that he's batting with Kane Williamson as well, because I'm sure he'll be settling things down and having a talk to him.
Shadab to Seifert again. This time no run. Good response from Shadab. It's the voice you hear of the keeper Mohammad Rizwan, who's up. Shadab, well, ready to go. No mucking around. He's back quickly and bowls to Seifert again. And this one's just punched through the offside for a single to bring Williamson back on strike.
Yeah, I like that. Seifert does the damage early with the 2 first ball, then a boundary, then a dot ball, gets a single. Gives it back to Williamson just to turn it over. Without even pushing too hard. They're going at 7 off the first 4 balls of this over.
Shadab to Williamson. It's full. He's just played it off his toes into the onside. A single and coming in from the long on boundary. Keep it to just one. Just puts his hand and he gets a filthy look from his keeper. The way that bounced just in front of him, he did Rel Rizwan. Haider Ali out on this long on boundary. Shadab, final ball of the over to Seifert. Just plays back this time off the back foot, punches it through in front of square on the leg side for a single, and then a misfield. Oh, that's poor, really poor from Pakistan. And Harris Ralph, what was 1 became 2, and they don't need to give away runs like that to New Zealand. They're now 91 for 1. Seifert is 58 and Williamson's 12.
Yeah, Harris Ralph did well there. He actually ran in really quickly to the ball. What he forgot is Neil Wagner touched on before. There might be a little bit of dew, so I think as he was slowing up, just slipped over. It cost him another run. So New Zealand 91 for 1, absolutely in the box seat. And to talk a little bit more about it, Ricky, we're going to get Neil to join you.
Speak of the devil. Neil Wagner's going to come in, and Chris Harris stepping out. Can get a bit dewy this ground, isn't it, under the lights?
Sure does, Ricky. Well done, Harry. Nice to be back.
Imad Wasim from the city end of Seddon Park with Williamson on strike. Well bowled, you hear as the single just through the cover region for 1 for Williamson. Spin from both ends at the moment from Pakistan. It's starting to get away from the Pakistanis at the moment, thanks largely to Tim Seifert, 58.
One thing about him, Ricky, is nice thing about him and Glenn Phillips and the other guys in form. We'll talk after this ball.
Imad in to Seifert, tries to sweep in.
It's been the fact that they've played a lot of red ball cricket. They've played some first class cricket, especially against Pakistan West Indies spend a lot of time in the middle. That's where you get good form, so don't underestimate the value of red ball cricket, to be able to have all those fundamentals in the shorter form as well.
Imad Wasim to the New Zealand skipper Kane Williamson bowls, and just pushed through the offside in front of square with that lovely classic Williamson timing. He just will keep ticking over the strike, happy to play second fiddle when he needs to Tim Seifert. He seems to play without ego. I just think when I see Kane Williamson, as Imad is now in to Seifert, who's on 59. That's might have picked the gap here. There's a charge coming around the player on the boundary. I think that might be Ralph out there again through the offside. Seifert, he's really timing it well. 61, New Zealand 96 for 1.
Yeah, Ricky, exactly like you say. I think it's just, again, the smarts of Williamson to sum up the situation and the conditions, knowing that Seifert is the man in control and on fire at the moment. Just keep feeding him the strike and just ticking along nicely.
Imad to Seifert. Again, just a single. And they're coming pretty freely, though, for New Zealand. 97 for 1. Williamson, 14. Seifert, 62. New Zealand chasing 164 to win here at Seddon Park. Magic Talk and Rover. Ricky Swannell, I've got with me Neil Wagner alongside. Pakistan need a breakthrough, and they need it to come quickly. Williamson on strike again. Final ball off the over from Imad Wasim. Just rocks back, and they might look for 2 here. And they'll get it pretty comfortably. Again, the timing perfect from Williamson through into the offside for 2 runs. 99 for 1. Williamson 16, Seifert 62.
It's great running from these two, pushing hard, making sure they get 2. And like you say, Ricky, I think they'll be talking about it in the middle. They'll be discussing it. Tim Seifert is a man that's on at the moment. He's got the momentum. He's seeing the ball well. He's timing it. And Kane Williamson will be the anchor of the innings, try and bat through with the guys and let Tim Seifert take those risky options.
If you're Pakistan, who's the player that's going to get you the breakthrough? Where do they turn to now?
Still going with spin at the moment, but just thought, yeah, Ashraf was looking on fire when he bowled to Kane Williamson earlier, and I sort of thought they might argue to give him another over, but the other option is to bring back their strike bowler in Afridi.
Well, it's going to be the skipper Shadab Khan to continue from the northern end. Shadab, leg spin to Seifert, who pushes forward, and there's plenty of space there. They'll think about two. Seifert wanted it. Williamson said no. It's a good decisive call as the player came steaming in.
Great call from Kane Williamson. Solid no. And like Chris Harris a little earlier, I think it might just be a little bit of dew on the surface. Just looks a little bit more slippery at the moment.
100 up for New Zealand now. 100 for 1. Hitting another 64 more runs from the remaining 8.5 overs. Shadab into Williamson. Bowls and again just plays it into the onside for another comfortable single. They're doing it so easily at the moment, but that word comfortable keeps coming back to mind.
It's just cricket shots, just great options. Just picking the fielders nicely, pushing hard with their singles, running hard, and Seifert has just been in control.
Shadab to Seifert. This one's spooned away into the offside. They're coming in from the long off boundary. Will stop it from being anything more than just the one run. And that's all that New Zealand need at the moment. Required run rate is 8.9. Sorry, it's 7.3. They're going at 8.9. 102 for 1. Shadab, no mucking around. He's back in, bowling to Kane Williamson. And again, another good quick single. Rizwan, the keeper, will have to field it as it's pushed forward into the onside. The runs are coming freely.
It's like you say, Ricky, it's just a little bit too easy. Fielders out on the boundaries, and there's no point in trying to protect the boundaries now. You want to try and see him take the risky option of bringing a fielder in. Try and squeeze some dots, try and create some pressure, try and find a wicket or buy a wicket somehow. Just too much easy options for the Black Caps batsmen at the moment.
Shadab this time jams up Seifert, and there is the dot ball they've been looking for, but they're few and far between at the moment.
The only way Pakistan can win this game at the moment is by trying to create pressure in some sort of way, take the aggressive option, maybe bring a strike bowler in, put a slip in, bring the fielders up, ask New Zealand to take some risks.
Final ball of the over to Tim Seifert, and rocks back onto the back foot, punches it away through the cover region just for a single. 104 for 1. Seifert is 64. Kane Williamson is 18. New Zealand chasing 164. They're doing it easy at the moment. We will take a quick break and come back with Simon Doull to join Neil Wagner here on Magic Talk, and of course streaming everywhere on Rover.
Magic Talk and Rovers commentary team choose to stay at the Novotel Tainui Hamilton. Book online at accor.com/New Zealand. Official hotel supplier for New Zealand cricket. Magic Talk, your new home for live cricket. Streaming live on Rover.
Black Caps 104 for 1 here at Seddon Park. 12 overs have been bowled. In search of 164 to win the second of these T20 internationals between New Zealand and Pakistan. Seddon Park, absolute picture at the moment, as it has been all afternoon and evening. The lights fully in effect now. Crowd enjoying it. They're loving this partnership between Tim Seifert and Kane Williamson at present. And it's going to be Harris Ralph, 2 overs, none for 16 to bowl from the southern end. Bowls and turned up towards long on by Tim Seifert. Picks up a single. New Zealand 105 for 1. Seifert 66. Williamson 18. It's a good performance, Neil Wagner, so far.
Very much, Dolly. Just a little bit too easy, like we said earlier. There's a lot of sweepers out on the boundary. Only the 4 players in the ring. If Pakistan is going to want to try have a chance in this game, they've got to try and create something, make something happen, take the aggressive option, bring a fielder in, put a slip in, try and get some dots and buy a wicket somehow.
Harris Ralph again from the southern end of Seddon Park. Williamson on strike, bowls, and he just eases that one down to a wide-ish third man. Big chase around the boundary. Will end up being a couple as Haider Ali picks up the ball just inside the boundary. Williamson comes back for 2. New Zealand 107 for 1.
Spoke about it earlier that these guys will keep fighting to the end, but it's just like it's sort of almost the shoulders are dropping. They don't have that buzz in the middle of the field anymore. They're not talking and chatting away. It's what they were earlier when Kane Williamson came to the crease. Got to try and create that something extra again. Got to try and find that X factor to break this partnership.
Yeah, it's going to be hard to judge this bowling attack when their batsmen haven't done the job and put enough runs on the board, isn't it? They're trying, it's just not happening, and it's a better wicket as Haris Ralph bowls again. Is that too short? It is too short. You know, pick up a wide here, New Zealand, 108 for 1. But when your batters are not putting 180, 190 on the board for the bowlers to put pressure on the batsmen, then it's hard to judge them too harshly, isn't it?
100%, Simon. And also on the flip side of it, when you've got a batsman like Seifert who's guns blazing, playing some extremely good shots, putting the pressure back onto him, and then the Rock and Kane Williamson just rotating the strike. That's why I say they've got to try and think outside the box, do something different here.
Yeah, absolutely. Haris Ralph again, this one just cramping Williamson for room in at the hip, and just pushes it back down the pitch. Haris Ralph picks up, no run, still 108 for 1.
Yeah, just ones and dots ain't going to win you this game at the moment. New Zealand being one down with a great platform, a lot of wickets in hand. The only way for Pakistan to get back into this game is by taking wickets. We'd like to see the aggressive option. Bring the field up, try and make something happen.
There's Haris Ralph again, southern end of Seddon Park. He bowls and it's short, and Williamson punches that behind point. On the offside, it's a misfield as well. It's a misfield, a poor one out there on the boundary. Shah Afridi, the big fast bowler, he came round to his left, slid, still a little bit too far, and the ball went past him. Williamson picks up 4. Nice back cut.
Definitely due around on that surface. Did slip, but not a great effort from Afridi. Tell you what, fireworks going off here from someone's house up there, so they must be watching the game lovely from their couch.
New Zealand have picked up another boundary. Williamson on strike still. Oh, what a brilliant shot that is. He's just rocked back to a short ball that was cramped him for room, and he's got it away to a very fine third man position. Williamson has raced through to 30 with that 6. Incredible shot there. 118 for 1 now with Williamson. Back-to-back boundaries of 4 and then this 6.
Nothing wrong with the delivery, Simon. Don't mind the delivery at all. Running in, bowling pace on, trying to go right at the chest of Kane Williamson as he leans back and just ramps it over the keeper. Great cricket shot. Just shows you the class of the man. Just ramps it over the keeper for 6. Uses the pace. Exceptional shot.
Such quality from Kane Williamson. Haris Ralph now in. That's full, and he's just played this one off the face of the bat down to third man again. He's picked up another boundary. So good to watch Kane Williamson. You wouldn't have thought he'd been away watching his first child born for the last 10 days. He's been working on his batting surely somewhere. 122 for 1 now as Williamson has moved through to 34 with that boundary.
Just the class of the man. Just on the stumps. Just opens the face of the bat, uses the pace, runs it down fine for 4. Just quality of the man. To be very honest, Simon, I think he bats in his mind while he changes nappies, that's for sure. He's just that sort of guy. He just doesn't even look like he switches off. He always bats in the hallway, he bats in the change room. Just loves it.
He's looking good again. It was a double century in the test match here at this ground just a couple of weeks ago. We're going to see the Pakistan skipper continue. Shadab Khan, leg spin, and Seifert pushes that one out towards deep mid-wicket. Shah Afridi comes in off the boundary, picks it up. Just the 1 to Seifert. He is 67. Williamson is 34. It's 123 for 1.
Again, just looking a little bit too easy. A lot of gaps on the leg side. No one up there to try and save one.
He's in again and bowls, and Williamson looks to turn it to the onside, but Shadab gets across, cuts it off. Yeah, I agree with you. Maybe get a man in at short mid-wicket. Stop that easy one on that side. Get a slip in place. Try and pick up a wicket. Bring another fielder up inside the circle. It's not worrying New Zealand at the moment. Shadab again, and that's short and turned into that onside. I'll push for 2 here, Williamson. Won't. He won't in the end. It'll just be 1. We go to 35. New Zealand 124 for 1.
Yes, Simon, the Black Caps players are just playing normal, good quality cricket shots. Not asked to try and create something, do something different. Maybe take the tougher option, trying to hit over, extra cover or inside out, or try and take on the boundary fielder. It's just been a little bit too easy.
And Shadab again, it's short and punched into the offside this time by Seifert. Can't get it past the man at cover, Mohammad Hafeez, that is. Slightly inexperienced as a skipper too, Shadab Khan. He's done a little bit at domestic level, I know, but not too much at international level. As that one, it's a full toss, the next delivery, hit straight to Hafeez. No run again. New Zealand remain 124 for 1.
Kane Williamson talks about the story where he says, talks about the men on the balcony, how easy it is to see the game from up top on the couch, sitting at home, or, sitting on the balcony watching the game from afar. You got all the answers and all the questions, and sometimes you got to think like that, because in the heat of the battle, all that pressure, all the stress and expectations can sometimes just cloud those thoughts and not have a clear mind.
The last ball of Shadab's over is just driven nicely down to long off. New Zealand will pick up another single. Williamson 35, Seifert 68 at the end of 14 overs. It is 125 for 1. Yeah, look, I know we all sit up here and we think we know better, and there's times when you see the game vastly differently than players or people do in the heat of the battle. It's learning, isn't it, for Shadab at the moment? It's all about learning and finding out the best ways. Maybe is attacking the best option, is sitting back the best option. I don't think it is at the moment.
Definitely not. As you see, the strike bowler coming in back into the lineup. This is where I want to see, bringing your mid off, your mid on into the ring. Even though Seifert is on pretty good form, is seeing the ball really well at the moment, you get him out, you give yourself a chance, you get a little sniff.
Shaheen Afridi, fresh off a misfield. Out on the boundary, he'll be looking to rectify things, I am sure. 2 overs, none for 17 for the big, tall, left arm quick. He's in now. Gets the Yorker, spot on first ball to Tim Seifert, but he picks up one out towards point. Jams down on it, just dribbles out towards the point fielder. 69 for Tim Seifert, 126 for 1.
Good delivery first up. 137 kilometres per hour straight onto the stump, straight in the block L. Tim Seifert, lovely, just digging it out, making sure he gets one, keep rotating the strike.
Here's Shaheen in again, left arm over, Boult short through to the keeper. I think it was an off-speed delivery, maybe just a little change of pace. That one, he rolls the fingers across. Good delivery.
Great delivery, great skill, execution from skill there from Shaheen Afridi. Just looks like the off-gutter slow ball bouncer. Quick arm speed, nothing changes in the arm speed, and the ball just comes out slower and just drops in front of the keeper. Very well executed ball.
At the top of his mark, Shaheen Afridi comes in now past the umpire and bowls, and that one turned into the onside by Tim Seifert. He's timed it beautifully, way better than I thought. Initially, it's Williamson, it's Williamson who's timed that to perfection in front of square on the leg side, picks up 4 more, races through to 39 now. New Zealand 130 for 1.
Not a bad ball at all. Top of the hip, trying to hit those stickers. And Kane Williamson just flick of the wrist, strong wrist, into that mid-wicket boundary, times it so well and just races over the outfield. What a quality cricket shot from the New Zealand skipper.
It's an incredible cricket shot. Really developed that in his T20 game. We saw a little bit of that through the IPL. 130 for 1. Shaheen in again, and this one driven down towards mid-off. Was it a chance? I think it might have been a chance to the skipper, Shadab. He's put it down. It was so well hit again from Williamson. Might have carried all the way. By the looks of the faces, I think it did.
Yep, sure did. Great timing from New Zealand skipper. Full delivery. Goes for the drive. Aerial. Times it so well. Tough chance. Low down the ground. Actually a really good effort. Shadab can't. Just couldn't get it into his hands. Definitely safe 4. We're
asking, was that 1 for the over, the slow ball? It wasn't, so still got the bouncer available if required. Seifert on strike now. Williamson 40, Seifert 69. Shaheen bowls, and that's cut away into the offside, out towards the man on the boundary. Fielded comfortably. Just the 1 run to Tim Seifert. He's to 70. New Zealand 132 for 1. Magic Talk in our Rover commentary team, where we choose to stay at the Novotel Tainui in Hamilton. You can book online if you wish to stay there. all.accor.com/New Zealand. official hotel supplier for New Zealand cricket as well. It's located in the CBD, easy walking distance to this stadium, to the Waikato Stadium, along the river. So much to do in the city of Hamilton. Stay at the Novotel, great spot to be. Next ball from Shah Afridi is pulled away by Williamson. It's the last ball of the over, and it's away to the square leg boundary for 4. Another quality stroke from the New Zealand skipper. He is making a mess of this total now. 44 from 29, Seifert 70, and New Zealand 136 for 1.
Strong pull shot from Kane Williamson. Man, he looks in good form. Just rocks up back on the back foot. Hits it well in front of square. It's just a lovely shot from New Zealand skipper, who looks in great touch.
You'd hardly know. He loves batting at this ground. You would hardly know he's had a little bit of time off, and as you've said, you know he's shadow batting morning, noon and night. I know that, but the 101 partnership has come up between Seifert and Williamson, and this ground, he's so prolific.
Tell you what, Simon, take me to any ground. He's just the rock of this team, just the way he bats, his mind. Just, yeah, the head on their shoulders, just absolute quality.
Oh, left arm spin now, Imad Wasim. Back into the attack, and Seifert punches that one into the offside, out to the cover sweeper. Khushdil Shah out on that cover point boundary, the left armour. 1 for Tim Seifert, it's 70, he's 71, it's 137 for 1.
Having fun, these two. He just rocked back, he's absolutely crunched that. The sound of the noise of the bat, so enjoyable. Just had it straight to the fielder though. Wouldn't mind, I only need run a ball. Too easy for New Zealand at the moment.
There's Imad rolling to Williamson and just pushes that up towards mid-on. Races through for a comfortable single. Williamson 45, Seifert 71.
Just need run a ball at the moment. Black is, and just a lot of boundary riders out at the moment still. Just too easy to get one.
This one off the back foot. This time into the extra cover region, but the skipper does really well. Gets across and cuts that off, no run. Imad Wasim, left arm, over the wicket. Around the wicket, sorry, bowls, and Seifert just eases that one to backward square on the offside. No run again, remains 138 for 1.
Really good delivery there, Simon fired it in. Good variation. Like I said earlier, get these fielders up. Great Seifert to try and hit that ball for 6. And you might get a little chance, a little sniff.
There's Imad again, short and pushed down towards mid-off. This time another easy single for this combination. Tim Seifert picks up that single, 72 for him. Williamson 45, 5 short of another T20 international. 50 for Kane Williamson, 139 for 1 New Zealand. Looking for 164 to win this game. Pakistan 163 for 6 earlier this evening. Here's Imad bowling, and that's short and cut away. Extra cover, has a job to do, and he misses it completely. Slides across the turf, does Khushdil Shah, and he slid straight past it. Williamson goes to 49 as it races into the boundary. New Zealand after 16, 143 for 1.
Not happy, Imad. It's not a great effort, slid past the ball, obviously a bit of dew around, but these guys would have played around dew before. And it's a strong shot from Kane Williamson. He has just timed it so lovely, that just crunched it past. As he's gone down the slide, just slits right past the ball. It goes for 4. Just the amazement at the moment, just the strength of New Zealand cricket at the moment, Simon. I know it's our own conditions. I know it's at home where we play pretty good cricket, but just the depth of New Zealand cricket and players that keep coming in, keep performing. It's just really good to see for New Zealand cricket fans.
Yeah, it's so good. And they're loving it, aren't they? This crowd here tonight at Seddon Park, enjoying every moment of action so far. New Zealand were so good with the ball. Tim Southee led the charge there. And now Williamson and Seifert as Shah Afridi bowls and driven down past mid-off into the boundary for 4. Tim Seifert moves to 76. That was absolutely crunched as Chris Harris comes in alongside me to take us through to the end of the game.
Oh, what a shot to join. Wonderful shot. Just front foot. Because Shah Afridi's got some pace. just put his weight in, hit it straight past mid-off. Wonderful batsmanship. This game is heading to almost an even easier victory than Eden Park, but I think there's a lot of things that Pakistan have done well at times, which has put New Zealand under pressure, but they've had the answers.
Yeah, not enough runs on the board. Shaheen decides to come around the wicket now, the left arm, past the umpire, down leg side. He'll have to re-bowl that one a little bit too wide down leg side as Seifert looked to get across to the off stump and work it into that onside. Misses out. It remains 148 for 1.
Yeah, Shaheen Afridi's still trying very hard. 142 kilometres an hour that ball, so he's still running in with lots of intent. Looking to bowl that perfect Yorker to Kane Williamson, just getting a little bit too straight down the leg side.
Yeah, watching that on our TV monitor up here, it's not a wide. If Seifert does not move, that wraps him on the pads. I know it looks like it's gone past the leg stump by a little way because of the angle of the left armour around the wicket, but at the crease line, it is basically in line with leg stump, and it would have wrapped the batsman on the pad, so they've got to have some leeway.
Yeah, forgetting one thing, Sean Haig was a batter.
Yeah, true. That's a good point.
If he was at Chris Brown's end, he would have got away with it.
I think they're just getting a bit harsh nowadays. 148 for 1. New Zealand needs 16 more runs to win from 23. Shaheen into the crease now again, and that has been brilliantly played by Tim Seifert. He's just opened the face and hit that down towards third man. Third man had maybe 5 metres to move at the most, Haider Ali, and he couldn't get there, Chris Harris. Another 4 for Seifert.
I reckon he made about a metre. Just the pace off the bat. I mean, it's coming down at good pace from Shaheen Afridi. But Tim Seifert just giving himself a little bit of room, and just the pace the ball comes off the bat is incredible. You can see as soon as he hits it that no one's got a chance of stopping it.
Wonderful stuff. The 150 comes up for New Zealand. It's 152 for 1 now. Here he is again. Afridi bowls, and Seifert pushes that to mid-on. Picks up 1. He moves through to 81. New Zealand 153 for 1 and just 11 required now.
Yeah, great batting. I think this continues to show Tim Seifert's what he's gaining. He played brilliantly at Eden Park, and now he's trying to take it a step further and be there at the end. It's been a brilliant innings. Great support from Kane Williamson. 49 from 31 balls. Didn't get off to the quickest start, but since his first 6 or 7 balls, been absolutely brilliant.
Here's Shaheen again to Williamson. Around the wicket, short, goes to pull it. Misses out, straight through to Rizwan, the keeper. Good short delivery, hurried Williamson up. No run, remains 153 for 1, 2 to go in the over.
Yeah, it looked close to a wide, but I think it was a good bounce. I think he got away with it. Probably felt a little bit guilty after that previous one you were talking about, so gave the bowler the benefit of the doubt.
153 for 1, Williamson 49, Seifert 81. Shaheen Afridi into Kane Williamson. He just slower ball again and work towards gully. No run for Kane Williamson as Abdullah Shafique comes in and picks the ball up.
Just shows how well he's seeing it, though. He's given himself some room, expecting the quicker one. He was going to hit it either over or through extra cover. Shaheen Afridi bowled a very good slower ball. Williamson good enough just to adapt and say, okay, it's not there. Soft hands, just run it to gully for 1. Didn't get one, but just the ability to be able to change his thought patterns, incredible.
Shaheen in again, around the wicket to Kane Williamson, the big tall left armour. Williamson tries to hit that one away over long on, but toe ends it straight to mid-on. No run at all. Williamson remains 49. Seifert 81, 153 for 1. A few more words from Chris Harris and then Ricky Swannell to take you through to the end of tonight's contest.
Well, if Kane Williamson's not playing well enough from the middle of his bat, he thought, I'll try and play the toe end of it. He was actually trying to whack that one over long on. Just didn't quite arrive and got the toe end, and it went along the ground to mid-on. But absolutely wonderful partnership between these two. And they'll be very, very keen to be there at the end for New Zealand and try and make it a 9-wicket victory. Got that frog in your throat that you had earlier, Ricky.
Swapped it over, 153 for 1. Just 11 runs required for New Zealand now to take a 2-0 and unassailable series lead. Tim Seifert, 81 from 57, and Kane Williamson, majestic, 49 from 34. He was happy to play second fiddle when Seifert accelerated, and now the two of them have just ticked over the strike. And Feels like at times, though, to be fair, Chris Harris, that Pakistan have kind of let it happen a little bit in periods. They allowed New Zealand to take control. I mean, it's been wonderful batting. They just did not put enough pressure on Seifert and Williamson.
No, there was a wee period of play where Harris Ralph was playing very well, had Williamson under a little bit of pressure, perhaps a mixed opportunity that went through slip and the keeper. And there was about a 2 or 3 over period where they looked like they had control. And as you said, it very quickly, New Zealand wrestled it back and haven't looked back since.
They got off to a good start. Martin Guptill, the only man out, he had a quick 21 off 11, and that's helped set New Zealand away. We've still got to finish it off here. 153 for 1, 11 runs required, 3 overs remaining. That's Ashraf in. And this time just looped into the offside. It'll just be a single as the player comes in off the boundary, slipping on this tricky surface. And that brings Williamson back on strike for 40. He's on 49. New Zealand now just 10 required in the final 2.5 overs. Faheem Ashraf, the bowler, 1 for 14. He was the man who got the wicket of Martin Guptill as Faheem is in to Williamson. Williamson is on 49 and he can't get that past the gully fielder. And that sounded like a little frustrated no as he wanders away. Williamson twirls the bat in his hands and still waiting. He's been on 49 for a bit now.
Oh, it's just that was a favourite shot of his, and he's normally so good at that. He was just disappointed that he didn't beat that backward point. It's an area that brings him lots of runs, and he's so good at it.
Ashraf, Faheem Ashraf to Kane Williamson. Is this the time now for the New Zealand captain on 49? Punches it forward into the offside. No run again. Cover fielder cuts that one off. New Zealand still need 10 to win this match and wrap up the series as we head to Napier for the final match on Tuesday.
There'll also be a plan between these two to at least win with an over to spare, just to make sure that there's no hiccups. So they'll be looking to tick the scoreboard over and make sure they do it comfortably.
Tim Seifert at the other end's on 82. His highest T20 score is 84. Might get a chance to do that as Ashraf is in to Kane Williamson. Williamson on 49, and this time they will get that quick single punch through into the offside for Kane Williamson. He'll raise the bat for another half century. His 12th in T20 international cricket. Kane Williamson, a superb knock from the captain. Hasn't played any cricket in the last couple of weeks or so, and you would not know it. Williamson 50 from 37. The Black Caps 155 for 1. They need 9 more to win the match.
Yeah, brilliant 50 from Williamson, leading from the front. It's just the pace that he did it. As I said, it didn't start particularly quickly in this innings, but he certainly made up for it. Just 37 balls.
Tim Seifert now back on strike too. Ashraf. Seifert's on 82. He has a big swing and a miss. Wants to get this over and done with. And he's missed out as it's gone back to Rizwan.
And that was a very hard swing. I think you're right. I think he's trying to get that final 9 with one shot. We're not wondering. That was short and wide, and I think he tried to hit it straight up at us. It was like a baseball swing, and he almost swung himself off his feet. He was swinging that hard.
Seifert. Back-to-back half centuries, 57 on Friday night, and now here on 82. New Zealand need 9. There's a little hum around the Seddon Park crowd. The expectation, they want to see this finish off. Ashraf into Seifert. Oh, he's hit him right in the breadbasket, or perhaps even a little lower. And Seifert 155 for 1. He might be on 80 odd. It's the over in rather uncomfortable fashion for Tim Seifert. New Zealand still need 9 runs to win off the last couple of overs.
That's when you're so happy that it's over. It just gives you a chance to regather your thoughts, take about 100 deep breaths, just do a few squat exercises just to ease the pain a little bit.
It brings Kane Williamson back on strike, and there's a few stretches going down the other end for Seifert. Harris Ralph will come back into the attack for Pakistan. His final over, 104.34 from his 3. Hasn't been able to replicate the form he showed on Friday night, unfortunately.
I think Williamson will look to target him early as well.
As he comes bustling into Williamson and just turns it behind square for a single down to third man. Chipping away Just 8 runs required now for New Zealand. 156 for 1. These two pretty intent to try and see it through. 8 more runs from 11 balls.
Yeah, I think if Tim Seifert gets any length here, he is going to swing it very, very hard to the mid-wicket boundary. Well, that's where he's going to be aiming.
Harris Ralph from the city end of Seddon Park to the man Tim Seifert. And how's that for a bit of commentary? Didn't quite get the timing. It's just a single. Chris Harris, the savant.
Yeah, I just had the feeling from the way he's played in the last couple of balls, he wants some length and he's looking to get this game finished. And I think Kane Williamson will just look to feed in the strike because I think he's in the mood.
Williamson is back on strike now. He's on 51. New Zealand needs 7 to win. Ralph comes in again to the skipper Kane Williamson, who just guides it down towards third man. Just a single again. Good bit of fielding down on the third man boundary by Haider Ali. Seifert comes back on. Williamson will go down. Has to have a wee chat. That's what he's singing.
Yeah, we're saying, look, you don't have to finish at this ball. We'd like to finish it soon. But just give yourself a chance. If it's not in your zone, just get 1.
New Zealand require 6 from the last 9 balls. 158 for 1. Mohammad Guptill, the only man out. Devon Conway's been prowling around down in the players' dugout for about an hour or so as Ralph in to Seifert, almost through. Good bit of fielding to cut it off and keep it to just a single. Had a bit of width there, Seifert. 159 for 1.
Good to see the Pakistanis still in the fight though. Lots of diving around there, trying to save every run. Still believing.
New Zealand can try and finish this off with one big blow if they so desire. The captain, Kane Williamson, is on strike. He is on 52. New Zealand need 5 to win. There's Ralph to Williamson, and it's an action replay. Down once more to Haider Ali at third man, another single. And now it's just 4, and Seifert's back on strike, and he's on 84, which is his previous high score in T20 international cricket.
This is not Seifert, but he's going to try and finish it right now.
As Harris has got the tarot cards out, and he's seeing 4. 4's come up for short.
Minimum, I think it could be 6.
Final ball of the over, penultimate over. Harris Ralph to Tim Seifert. New Zealand need 4 runs to win it. Ralph to Seifert. He's had a big old swing and a miss. It was wide and high, and the umpire's arm stayed down, so it does go to the final over as Seifert bangs the bat into the wicket. He's disappointed to miss out there. 160 for 1. Williamson is 53. Tim Seifert is 84. New Zealand need 4 runs to win this final over.
Oh, look, I still think it's comfortable, but I'm sure these two had a plan not to take it into the last over and not to need 4. I mean, I think it's still pretty comfortable.
Just adds a little bit of pressure, doesn't it? A tiny bit. 6. 4 off 6. You'd absolutely expect them to do it, but going into that last over gives Pakistan a bit of a sniff.
Well, you just feel if there's a dot ball and then perhaps a wicket, all of a sudden a little bit of pressure. Things can go wrong, but full confidence in these two. They played brilliantly, and they certainly deserve to be there at the end.
Faheem Ashraf to try and stop New Zealand. The final over, the first ball of it, is to the skipper, Kane Williamson. New Zealand need 4. Williamson comes down the wicket, misses. And it goes through to the keeper, Rizwan, and you hear the murmur around the Seddon Park crowd because there's the dot ball to start it. They're thinking, surely not.
Just a little nerves sort of creeping in, but look, they'll be still very relaxed out there. The nerves won't really get bad until there's only 2 balls to go, but
there's someone you want out there. It's probably Kane Williamson with the other bloke at the other end on 84 as Ashraf comes in to Williamson again. 4 required, and this time, he picked the fielder out, he's dropped it, and it'll go to the boundary for 4 runs, and that will wrap up the win for New Zealand. It was a valiant effort on the boundary, but not enough. Williamson got just what he needed on it, and New Zealand will wrap up the win and the series. A 9-wicket win for New Zealand, chasing down the 164 they needed with 4 balls to spare. Kane Williamson finishes on 57 not out. Tim Seifert on 84 not out. A 9-wicket win for New Zealand.
Well, it was a wonderful shot from Kane Williamson. Just moved to the offside and he hit it beautifully. It did create an opportunity and it was a valiant effort. But the fielder just managed to palm it for 4 to give New Zealand the victory. So a wonderful partnership between Williamson and Tim Seifert. Tim Seifert just going from strength to strength. Brilliant innings in Eden Park. And here he batted through the innings.
It was Wahab Riaz out on the deep square boundary, diving across. It was a heck of an effort and a grimace from Williamson as he watched that sail through the hands. Probably not quite the way he intended it to finish, but finish it he did. Williamson, 57 not out off 42. Tim Seifert matches his highest T20 international score with 84 off 63. New Zealand a 9-wicket win, chasing down Pakistan's 163 with 4 balls to spare. Martin Guptill was the man out, 21 off 11. In the end, it was professional and it was clinical from Seifert and Kane Williamson.
Yeah, look, the one person I feel a little bit sorry for is Mohammad Hafeez. I thought he played absolutely brilliantly with that 99 not out. Failed at Eden Park and then came out and played it wasn't a match-winning innings. It perhaps should have been because it was magnificent in its own right. But that partnership between Williamson and Seifert was incredible.
Well, you're not going to miss a beat here on Magic Talk and Rover. We're going to get straight down for some reaction. Simon Doull is prowling around on the side, waiting as Tim Seifert and Kane Williamson come off the field. Handshakes all around. Those are the last 2 on the chain, shaking the hands of the umpires as well. Good performance from the 2 New Zealand umpires. We had a review on the entire match, but anyway, the New Zealand players coming out, having done the job with the ball to restrict Pakistan to 163 for 6. New Zealand coming out and winning by 9 wickets with 4 balls to spare. Chris Harris and Neil Wagner's joined us alongside as well. Just keeping an eye on what Simon Doull is doing first of all, and how soon he may be able to have a chat with the man Tim Seifert, I believe, who's just wandered away, so he's not going anytime soon. He's being hunted down. So we will just hold fire as Neil Wagner has joined us. And Neil, another impressive performance from this Black Cap side, as I said, clinical and professional.
Yeah, very much so. Solid performance. Pakistan obviously threw a couple of punches, but equally I think the Black Caps were right in there with a fight and had an answer for everything they threw at him. So I thought it was like you said, clinical performance.
Tim Seifert's just taking the pads off. We allowed him to get that far before heading out to have a chat. What a great innings. Back-to-back half centuries for the Northern District's wicket-keeper. He's still making his way. And fair enough too, as he's just getting himself comfortable and organised.
Well, if there was any positives for Pakistan for me, they took New Zealand into the last over. I mean, they only got the 1 wicket, but they took them to the last over. I think there's a bit more desperation in the field. And as Neil Wagner pointed out, they did actually throw some punches and create some opportunities. They just couldn't grab them. And I think if we look back, just wasn't quite enough runs.
Well, as we see Tim Seifert heading over towards Simon Doull, so we'll throw down to Simon to have a quick chat and his thoughts as Tim makes his way. Gets the Powerade on board.
Yeah, thanks very much, Ricky. Yeah, Tim's just coming on. I've got to allow him to have a drink first and foremost, surely. Just get another little bit of water into you. Back-to-back half centuries, Tim. How was that?
Yeah, it was nice. The wickets played a little bit similar at times, but I think once the dew came here, it skidded on a little bit. But, I was a bit gutted not to finish the game the other night for the boys, and it was good to finish the boys and not let that next batter come in with only a few runs to get.
Yeah, the form looks really good. You're making good decisions as well. Is that courtesy of having had some 4-day cricket, some 1-day cricket, and just batting for good periods of time in the last month?
Yeah, I think 4-day cricket helps, especially my white ball cricket as well. It does help you get in those shapes, but I learned a big lesson in the West Indies series. Both times I got out, I was trying to look for boundaries and probably trying to innovate something I didn't have to do, especially when I was striking at 150 in both times. And, it was just a matter of standing still and reacting. And those times when you need to bring out those shots, and that happened tonight. Kane came in and it was tough to get started, then I was on strike and had a couple of dots, so I knew that it was just the right time to use the pace and try and scoop it. So no, it's just a matter of being able to play those shots, but playing it at the right time as well.
And those decisions and those things only come around with a bit more experience and a bit more time in the middle and being amongst this group of guys, I guess.
Yeah, 100%, and I learned that from the failure of the West Indies series. I got off to a good start, got myself in a good position, but then I got myself out. So, it's always good to learn from your mistakes, and I think I've done that really well these last 2 innings. Is just stand and react, and when you have to play those shots is when you're struggling a little bit.
It was good in Auckland, nice tonight again. How good to just be alongside Kane Williamson at the end there as well. He at times, after a week and a half off, he still makes it look quite easy, doesn't he?
Yeah, it's not fair for some of us, but it was a tough wicket to get started, and he definitely soaked up that pressure, and then it's just a matter of getting through that little couple overs, and then you get a bad ball, or you get one out the middle, and that just makes your innings go, and that's what happened tonight with Kane, and it was great to be out there and make that big partnership with him tonight.
For a hometown boy, how nice was it to see Seddon Park full?
Yeah, it's a lovely night, and it's actually quite humid, so it's awesome to see Seddon Park like this, and hopefully this is the sign for the summer ahead.
You had family here?
I got my partner and mum and dad and sister, so it's nice to do one of those innings in front of them, but it's just nice to help the boys get over the line and win the series.
Yeah, awesome, mate. Congratulations, well played tonight.
Thanks, mate, appreciate it.
Well, great to hear from Tim Seifert after an outstanding innings. Another really good knock, 84 from 63. Tim Southee has been named man of the match for his 4 for 21, really knocked the top off Pakistan and set them up. Neil Wagner, we talk about confidence, momentum within a team at the moment, which the Black Caps certainly have. When you're going along this nicely, how do you keep raising the bar, both and for you coming into the tests in a week or so's time? You've got to keep raising the bar. The expectation is high.
Yeah, 100%. You do well. You got to go back to the nets. You got to park that, take the confidence from it. But there's always learnings. There's always stuff to improve on and get